Hello! Good day! Hello, everybody. Hope everyone has been having a good weekend.
I'm in the closet.
No,
Hiding.
you're not. You don't belong in there.
Help.
That's where all our little friends live.
Help me. They're all in here with me. I wish to leave. Help.
To be fair, I think a lot of our friends left the closet a long time ago. Currently listening to Rammstein. Rammstein? Bit heavy for my taste.
My mum likes Rammstein.
Is she? That's an odd one.
Not that odd, thank you.
Not according to you.
Got you there. Also, check on.
I mean, chat can't hear you. Because I haven't used the microphone. I mean, they'll...
Hence the closet joke! I'm trapped away!
They will hear you distantly, moving the microphone. There we go. It's closer to Spook now. One day I might actually get a boom arm, even though I don't really know how I would attach it to the desk.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah. Oh, sorry for the moving microphone sounds.
Microphone noises.
Yep, sorry about that.
But how does a microphone make noise when it has no speakers? If you should say.
That's true. How come a bird can fly, but a fly can't bird?
It's not big enough. Flies weren't around in the prehistoric era, that's why.
Oh, they definitely were!
No, they were the big brothers.
I've seen Jurassic Park, there were bugs.
I think they were called takeoffs, not flies.
Takeoffs. Ascend. Doing this again.
We need a topic to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we went to an arcade yesterday, so what's your sort of, like, favourite, like, old school retro games? And because we have a baby in the chat, I mean games that are, like, you know...
Who's the baby?
It's Rex.
Rex is a baby?
Rex is a baby.
Where's
Because when we say old school, we don't mean the PS2. So, I mean, like, you know... retro to me is sort of like SNES era, and then before that, and like Game Boy gets like a pass, but then when you get into Game Boy Advance, I'm like, don't call that retro, please. Don't call it the Game Boy Advance retro.
How old's the Wii? 15 years old?
Don't ask me how old the Wii is.
It's gotta be like 15
It's
years
gonna
old.
make me feel old. I'm not a baby. You're a baby. Shush. You're a baby.
Because if the Wii is like 15 years old, then that means that when we were at the time when the Wii was out, 15-year-old console would have been the NES or the SNES.
Yeah.
So the Wii,
That's
by
what
that definition,
that's what I mean.
is a retro
That's
console.
what I mean. I get. That's why when we went to the arcade yesterday and there was a Wii there,
Oof.
I died a little bit.
What about the
Classic Xbox.
Oof.
See, that's it. See,
Oof.
you've got it. You're there, and you're just like, don't call that retro.
I mean, that is kind of retro.
It is. It is.
They closed.
They've
down-
closed the servers.
They closed the servers.
Well, by
down
that
for Halo 2.
by that logic, the 3DS is retro because the 3DS servers have closed.
I don't think it counts for,
Exactly.
No, I don't think it counts for Nintendo because Nintendo just closes shit down as soon as it stops making money. Like the fact that that's only recently closed down, but like the Halo 2 servers went down not really that long before that, and Halo 2 on the Xbox Classic.
Classic.
That's a lot older than the 3DS was.
Yeah, I don't actually
That was
remember.
going for
I
a
actually don't
long
remember what
time.
happened first because the years really are blending together. But the 3DS servers closing, I think was maybe last year. And was the Xbox, not the Halo servers, but the Xbox servers, was that also last year? Because I remember coming into your room and being like, they're closing the
Oh,
servers.
the 360.
The 360
I
servers.
mean, we were in this house, so it's within a year.
Yeah, so same with the 3DS ones. But I remember going into your room because I heard about it while I was watching a video. So I was like, Spooky, you can download all your stuff because they're closing the servers.
Yeah. That's what I mean though. Like Nintendo will have a much shorter span on that because they like to move forwards constantly, and it's. I mean, I would say it's so that they can sell the newer versions of the old stuff, but they're not selling newer versions
No,
of the
they-
old
no,
stuff.
they
They're just
don't.
not available.
No,
but
they're just not available anymore, which is
Yeah.
why people get angry. I mean, people get angry for lots of reasons, but that is a reason people get angry. I mean, you've got you've got phones. Google how old the Wii is, because we've been throwing around the number 15, and this is when you're going to Google it and you're going to be like, oh no, it's older than that. This is where we're going to find out that the Wii is older than Rex, and I'm going to have my soul leave my body. I can't be having that.
Let me see.
Oh, that's an intake of breath. That's a sharp intake of breath. Also, I've just had the same realization that I had before with Kareen of, hi Rex, I have Pokemon older than you.
how old's Rex? 15.
Or did you wait, you just turned 16, didn't you? But even still, I got Pokemon older than you. Go on then.
This December.
This coming December.
This coming December.
Okay.
Because that is
December
the,
2025.
That is the anniversary of the Wii. It was a December console, ready for Christmas.
Yeah, you're 16. Yeah, you just turned 16.
The Wii, 19 years old.
19.
2006 it came out.
I think I do.
That was like a year after you started secondary school.
Yeah, I think because that's the thing I forget. Of like the Wii feels more recent for some reason. Like the Wii specifically feels more recent, but then I have to remind myself that I was in secondary school when it came out, and I don't remember what year I was in secondary school, but I remember because literally because the Wii was in such high demand, like people couldn't get Wiis. I literally had my parents had to make a deal with me of either you can have a Wii for Christmas or you can go on the school trip to France, because they couldn't afford both. Very simple. And I remember being really upset about it, but I was like, I want a Wii. Fine, I won't go to France, so I'll have the Wii. And then I learned a couple months later that they had in fact already bought a Wii. This was in October or something. They'd like pre-ordered it. They'd already pre-ordered the Wii, and so they were like, don't go to France. They were praying that I would pick to not go to France, which I did not. But yeah. But I think I can never remember what year that was, so my brain is just like, oh yeah, secondary school, but secondary school spans 6 years, so
2006.
doesn't narrow it down at all. Jesus Christ, you're actually younger than you.
My mum was a freaking genius when it came to buying the Wii. My mum actually managed to take me to Toys R Us and buy the Wii and load it into the car that I went home in without me knowing. While I was at the till with her.
Honestly, I feel like when we were kids, our parents were on another level.
Yeah.
Of like, you hear about some of the stuff that they pull off, and you're like, how? You couldn't do that these days.
Yeah. No, I was literally stood at the checkout with my mom, and she purchased a Wii, and I didn't know, and we pushed it out in the trolley.
That means that you were small enough that you couldn't see onto the conveyor belt. What did you?
No. I
What did you think she was buying?
I think what she'd done is that she'd gone and, or like probably John had gone and spoken to one of the people there and said, we're going to be buying a Wii, but it's a Christmas present, so we don't want him to find out, but he is here with us. So they've probably gone and paid for it, but they still had to load it into the car. So that means that they managed to usher me out.
Get it
and
into
the
a
Wii,
bag.
Get
yeah.
it into a bag. As like presents probably for the rest of John's millions of kids.
That's
and
true.
they managed to get it home.
That's probably
with
how they
me in
did.
the
Yeah,
car.
that's probably how they did it because John has so many kids and grandkids. It probably was just disguised with the maths of like, oh, in there somewhere is also a Wii. Because of course you got to remember that they don't just put consoles on the shelves. They have like those little standy boxes, and you take the box.
Oh, yeah.
So they wouldn't have had anything to indicate. It probably legitimately would have just been, we're going to buy a Wii, as you said.
Yep.
I went to French in my school last year, and it was not fun. Oh, how come? The only thing is that I did get to have a French trip, I think. I think there was one the year before, and like I wanted to go again. But it was another French trip for like the older students.
I've heard France isn't particularly great to go and visit at the moment.
Oh no, not at the moment, no. Be gone, bot.
Make the most of this opportunity.
They're already dead.
Here I go.
Yeah. I don't even remember the French trip all that much because we didn't go to Paris. I think that was what the second one was. I think that's why I was so upset about it. I think the second one was actually going to be to Paris. The first one wasn't to Paris. I don't even remember where it was to, but it wasn't Paris.
Our quest
Other parts of France I've heard are nice, but
Yes.
if you go to the big cities, don't.
Nah. And they hate tourists.
Rural France is where you want to go.
Yeah, apparently it's lovely.
Rural France is quite nice. Especially the south of France.
Well, south of France, a lot of people like because being further south, it tends to have the nicer weather and the nicer beaches. A bit like Spain.
Fuck, the Xbox Classic must have had a rough launch. Came out
It might have
November
done. It might have
November
done.
15th, 2001.
Okay, what's the plan?
2 months after 9/11.
I'm going all in.
It's got a surely that's got to have been a rough launch.
That's so wild. Like, this is the thing as well. I'm on that thing of like, yes, I was alive when 9/11 happened, and everyone's like, you always remember where you were, and I was like, I don't. I think I was on that cusp of being too young. Like, I don't remember.
Yeah,
it.
you probably were.
I was alive, but I don't even remember if I was in school or something. Because I think you vaguely say that you remember being in school and things like. I don't remember anything.
I think I'm pretty sure I was in school, and my memory's foggy about it. Like, I remember it happening, and I remember crying about it because everyone was freaking out about it.
Yeah, you were crying because everybody was freaking out, not because of what happened. Because you don't even understand what's happening.
I did kind of understand, but it because it, you know, like, it'd be like, you know, I suppose because we see on the news a lot nowadays of like earthquakes and stuff, but you don't watch the news as a kid.
No,
So
you
the
don't.
fact that this was kind of news forced into your face of like 2 buildings just got destroyed in America because a plane went into them. Those are all things that you understand. You know what a plane is, you know what buildings are, you know
Yeah.
that this is the kind of stuff that only happens in cinema.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it just happened, and we've got live footage, and
and
do feel
loads
like
of people have died.
yeah, and I do vaguely remember seeing it, but then you also see that all the adults in the room are shook, and you're like, you know, you mimic them. You
Yeah,
sort of
you
go,
pick up
"Oh,
on the
if
energy,
you're
don't you?"
upset, this is terrifying.
Yeah, you pick up on the
You know.
energy. That's the thing as well. You know, that's why they always tell people to stay calm and stuff. Because I think kids especially, you know, I think all people are. I think, but kids especially are very much in tune with like more feeling people's emotions rather than necessarily their words. So that's why, you know, adults have to stay calm, because even if an adult is there going, it's fine. If the adult looks panicked, the child is going to panic as well.
Interesting. The Xbox Classic, when it was introduced, was £299 at the time, 2001,
Okay, yeah,
Which is the
yeah.
equivalent-
What's the inflation gone?
equivalent to £610 in 2020.
Which means that means that the Switch 2 pricing actually isn't that bad given inflation.
But
We,
it just goes
we had
to
a dis-
show
we had a
that-
disgusting hotel in the restaurant. We had spoiled food. My friend got sick, and don't even talk to me about how much we needed to walk. Oh, we walked everywhere. Sounds like they kind of cheaped out. Yikes!
I mean, if it's a
School holiday,
if
probably.
it's a school trip, then
Yeah, when we went to France, we walked everywhere because you know you can't get taxis for this was a group of like 20 kids. You can't get taxis for that, especially when you've only got about 3 or 4 adults. It's like you can't, you physically can't. So
No.
you have to just walk everywhere.
so you have to find the cheapest hotel that is still within reasonable walking distance of everywhere you want to take them to. So-
Yeah, that has rooms for 20 kids, and then you have to
Yeah.
take the kids into account because obviously, like the girls and the boys can share rooms, but you can't have them share rooms with each other. So it's like where you have to have a room for how many girls you've got, how many boys you've got, and you've got to divvy them up, and then also you need the teachers' rooms as well. So it's like
It's kind of weird rule that they still keep that nowadays for secondary school kids, when you think about it. The amount of kids that can come out as like homosexual. Because like the whole point before of like keep the boys to the boys and the girls to the girls so that no funny business happens.
no
What if you just
hanky-panky.
put a bunch of lesbians in a room together? They're going to be like, this is one hell of a field trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, you're right. That just shows how old-fashioned views haven't kept up with modern society.
you know what I mean? Like primary school, it's like you just put all the kids together because they're just kids. All they're going to do is muck about and jump on the beds, and then you go in and batter the hell out of them. 'Cause that's how you treat children. But like modern day stuff hasn't technically caught up in that respect. So it's like, well, the girls are together, so nothing's going to happen. Like, we have a whole month dedicated as to why something could happen that you're
Yeah.
not keeping up with.
Yeah, you've not seen Orange is the New Black, but that's literally
No.
like one of the things in the first season because it's set in a women's prison, and literally like within the first episode, the warden is like very on the straight and narrow, and he's like, the women aren't going to get up to anything, and it literally cuts to the next scene, and it's like, the women are getting up to something. It's like, what did you expect? It's a prison full of women, and they're going to entertain themselves, because obviously it's an adult show.
Oh yeah, I mean the same's been said about just prisons in general
regular
for
prison,
years.
to be
I'm
fair.
re-listening to Porridge, which
Yeah.
is a very old but hilarious sitcom from the 70s or the 80s. I can't remember. I think it's the 70s. Very famous comedian Ronnie Barker is put into a sort of low security prison.
low security.
It's only
prison.
petty theft, but it's just basically like prison life for a bunch of guys and the kind of shenanigans they get up to. Very funny series, but even that kind of stuff's in there, of like all the pufters, because it's just the language that was used.
Yeah, that's how it was back
Yeah.
then.
All the trustees, all the camp guys that were in there. I love that one of the guy who worked in the kitchen had the nickname of Lukewarm, because that's how all the food comes out, so they get a nickname. Nickname's Lukewarm. Funny stuff.
Restore my mana.
What
Right.
got us onto this topic? Oh, arcade games.
Yeah. See, that's how you have a conversation. You spin off from one another.
That's just tangent.
But yeah. So the initial question I asked is, what is your favourite sort of retro game? I suppose I guess within your own view of what you consider retro, because the conversation was going of like, well, technically the Game Boy's retro, so is Pokemon Blue your favourite retro game? And it's like
Retro is in games that were made in my lifetime, or retro is in games that came out before my lifetime that I've played.
Yeah, I suppose that would probably be a better way to phrase it. Yeah, what is your favourite retro game that you've played that was created before you were born? So it was not something that it's not something that you were given as a kid because it's the new thing. It's something that you've basically either had to discover or be shown by somebody who was older than you.
Shockingly, I didn't play many games that fit that description then. A lot of the
Okay.
games that I played probably when I was too young to play them, but they still were made in my lifetime. Some of the oldest games that I played, I think, were from like 1995, 1994.
Okay.
So they had been made when I was alive, but again, 1994, I was 2 years old. In 1995, I was
Yeah.
3. 96, I was 4 years old. So it's like one of them of like, as long as I could pick up the keyboard and mouse and press buttons, I could play them. But
Okay.
did I know what I was doing? I don't know. But
Yeah.
games that were essentially made in the 80s then.
Because the thing for you is that you've played a lot of like the old computer games, so it's
Yes.
like which for me as well, there's a blurred line kind of thing of like especially when it comes to computer games. I think so. It's like how, like for example, I know I played Day of the Tentacle a lot. I don't actually know when that game came out, so I don't know if that would qualify.
I'm
and
pretty
the
sure
initial
that's
one.
early 90s.
It's the early 90s, but if it's 91, it was before I was born. I was born in 94.
Let's have a look.
Alright, time to take a gamble. Let's go in here. We haven't changed class. Nope, it's just a dungeon, okay? So we can still progress through the dungeon. Is it a surprise chest?
1993.
993 was the year before me. By the rules that I set out, that would qualify, because it wasn't a game that was given to me of like, oh, here's a new game for kid. This was a game that my dad showed me once I was old enough to understand and play a game. So by my own ruling, it just counts. Ants. Which feels kind of cheap. Of like, I guess by my own ruling it counts, but it doesn't feel like it should.
I didn't play a lot of retro consoles because obviously I was too young to be bought consoles and stuff of my own until I was like sort of 7 or 8.
Plan.
So by then you've moved on from that generation, like I suppose at that time, 1992, I guess it was the SNES, was it?
Maybe that's the thing, because again, like a lot of these retro consoles, I suppose my brain thinks of them.
Yeah.
I guess my brain thinks of them as retro because they were too old for me to have growing up. Because by the time I was old enough to have a console, it was PlayStation 1 time.
I was born in the generation of the SNES, technically. The N64, the next console that would follow on from the SNES, was 96.
Yeah, that
so
was
I was
yeah.
born still. You were born in the SNES era then, technically.
Yeah, I was born in the SNES era,
just-
but obviously I was a baby, so I never had one.
Yeah.
One of my friends growing up in school had a Nintendo 64, which probably was my I guess the Game Boy was my first introduction to Nintendo. But when my friends had a Nintendo 64, and I was jealous of I loved going around to their house to play their 64. But we had a PlayStation growing up, and that was back in the era you tend to only get one, so it's like they come to our house to play PlayStation, I go to their house to play the Nintendo 64, and that's how your friendship is born.
Dad's a gamer, so got you into it. How old was your dad then?
That would probably explain it, because that's the thing as well. When we have kids, it's like they're gonna get shown a lot of these older games, because that's how it worked with us, because your dad showed you games and my dad showed me games.
Yep.
Like my dad showed me Myst
We've
Yes.
as
outmaneuvered
well.
them.
And my dad showed me Day of the Tentacle. My dad showed me this game Sid and Al, which I think it was called, which was a like a physics is like a point and click, but not like a puzzle. It was like a physics game kind of mousetrap thing. Of Sid and Al were a cat and a mouse, and the puzzle was it had all these weird like seesaws and things that would fly up into the air, and we were basically trying to get Al to Sid. You were trying to catch the mouse via moving things around the screen and doing puzzles and stuff, but it was on the computer.
It's nothing.
Hate it when they have counter physical.
Yeah, my brother, I think, had a... Actually, no. I'll have to look at the library. My dad had a Commodore 64.
Ah,
I used to play the Commodore 64.
so I think by the time the kids had come around, Dad had to make like the hard decisions of getting rid of some of his stuff because he had kids, and so it was don't have time to play them, need the money, and I think he didn't have them, which is why he would always go on about his ZX Spectrum and stuff. But he's only in the last sort of like 4 years did he actually find an old ZX Spectrum and sort of rebuy it and have a play with it. But Dad had these old ones again, these old PCs. So Dad was more of a It was in the early computing rather than early consoles. He didn't have a console ever. He had a computer. Which I suppose is why my early gaming experiences are PC games.
What's the
I'm trying to think of what games I would have played on the Commodore, because I remember they came on the big floppy disks.
Yes,
Not the 3.5 inch. Big floppy
the big
disks.
ones. Oh, you mean the save button?
Yeah.
Sentences that make you wither and die. Can I go up this? Oh, I can. That's actually a way up. I don't know where I'm going. It's a good sign that stuff in here is running away from us, and we're not even on our primary classes.
Get stuck in. Here I go.
Oh, I think we found it. I think we found the game that would qualify as my favourite retro game.
Is it Ascendancy?
No, that was 94.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm still technically within my lifespan.
Yeah, okay.
This would be prior to it.
Go on
Oh
then.
my god, Wall of Tears. Classic Xbox. Let me play sometimes. Then we started playing together when I was like 10. He bought me PS3 and I played a lot on it. When I was 14, got my own Xbox. You got your own Xbox Classic. Bought your own PlayStation. You got a game PC for Christmas.
The wide open.
And
Get stuck in.
on the 16th, you got a PS4 for yourself. Cool. A lot of text.
Don't worry, I'll let people about my life. Don't worry about that. Everybody loves telling everyone about their life.
Hang
A
on,
good,
your
a good,
dad-
yeah, a good way to make friends with people is to ask them about themselves.
So your dad had an Xbox Classic. Oh, I think that Rex's dad's around our age. Probably a
Well,
little
that
older
would
than
be
me.
that would mean that Rex's dad is twice Rex's age, which is, if we're in our 30s and Rex is 16, so he could be our age, but he might be a little older, maybe.
Dan is 25 days older than me,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
Ruby is 14. So that's what I mean. Like Rex's dad's probably like maybe around 40.
Yeah, as the words
Just a little
as the
older.
words left my mouth, I was like, oh yeah, our generation was kind of bad with the whole teenage pregnancy thing, weren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still an issue because but I remember that was definitely a thing that schools were desperately trying to curb.
Okay, what's the plan?
Yeah, Rex's dad's probably close to 40 then. So yeah, probably just a
Only
born in the 80s, I'd
only
say.
a little older than us. He's 45.
Okay, so he's a little on the older side
Okay.
from what we were guessing. but
Yeah.
So he's 12 years older than me. So 1980. So yeah, no, that's
Yeah, born in the
a
80s,
fair amount-
okay.
That's a fair amount older.
80s.
Yeah. Literally 1980. It seems obvious now that I've seen the list of some of the. I just put in like the top 10 games. Boulder Dash is on there. I really liked Boulder Dash. I would love to try and recreate Boulder Dash in Makoden at some point.
Okay.
Just because I found that was just a fun game. Here's a big puzzle room that you got to try and get through, get all the gems.
The wide
Real
open,
simple
get
stuff.
stuck
Yeah.
in.
I wouldn't have said that was my favourite one. Quite partial to old pinball games. I do like pinball. As repetitive as it is, but it is fun.
Pinball is almost a quintessential of number go up, go burr. Is very just that sort of, it makes flashy noises, it's got flashy lights, number go up equals good. Right?
Yeah,
Oh, loose thread.
it's a loose threads in these slippers.
Look at this cat in a moustache. A cat in a hat with a moustache.
Yeah.
Kitty Kate.
Killer's been here 3 minutes and already feels fucking attacked. Good.
Oh, you weren't even here for the conversation we just had. We've literally just been having a half-hour conversation about like what the initial spawn of the conversation of what's your favorite retro game, but then we ended up falling into the what is classified as retro, and in which we were looking at how old certain consoles are and finding out things like how old the Wii is and how old the original Xbox is, and being here just like, it doesn't feel right to call them retro, so I then stipulated of like, okay, shit, so instead of just saying what's your favourite retro, it's like, what's your favourite game that came out before you were born that had to be, like, was basically shown to you by someone else rather than, oh, it's been gifted to you for, like, your birthday as a kid, like, you know, like I was a Pokemon, like, it's your birthday, we bought you a Pokemon game. Instead of like, oh, here's what I played when I was growing up or whatever from your parents. That was the better. I could easily be your father, Rex. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Is old as fuck.
It's not that old.
He is. There's some buildings that aren't as old as Core.
Yeah, but we've already had this conversation. We've had this conversation. I have Pokemon older than Rex. You know? I can't remember. I'm sorry, Cora. I can never remember off the top of my head how old you are, but I do know that you are the oldest in the friend group.
He's 57.
Just said that with such conviction.
He is now 57.
Caption. It is important for you to understand how sarcasm works if you wish to have a conversation with Spook.
Correct. My favourite retro game then would have been Bubble Bobble. Because that actually came out before I was born. That was on the Commodore 64. I remember playing that, specifically 2-player, and the music going all funky when the ghosts came out because you took too long. Good game that was. Good fun game. Me and Dan legitimately beat that once.
Aw, that's hard to do on these older games.
Yeah, it was on the PC version. It wasn't on the Commodore version.
That sounds weird. It is weird, Rex. I hope I'm glad that is at least registering in your brain. It is weird.
Change their jobs. You're wasting it, JP, because you're talking and you're not focusing on the game. This is the important bit. Fuck them. No one cares about it. No one cares about
I'm just a young guy. You're a child. You're a child.
If I had to choose a retro game, it'd be the Guardian Legend from the NES. Did it come out before you were born?
Mine is not retro, it's called Star Wars Battlefront Classic. No, I can't. Anything that has Star Wars in the name is eradicated by default.
I mean, you can't say that. Star Wars came out in the 60s. You know what I mean? That was something that your dad probably queued up for that and being like, I'm going to go and watch people fight with lightsabers.
It's funny because Dad is a big Star Trek fan, but he was never really into Star Wars.
No.
Like, Craig watched Star Wars stuff and even had, like, a plank of wood that was his lightsaber, and he had a couple of Star Wars toys. I remember that. But I don't remember Dad really being into it, even though it is, like, peak sci-fi and Dad loves sci-fi.
Change Adele's job. And Elvis's. Elvis is done. This is not Adele. All women look the same to Blue now. I only put it as that to get it finished. Not really interested in that one.
So we wanted to get the Beast Whisperer passive, because that meant that every time she killed something, there was a chance she could catch it.
Yeah, we were looking at that
so
one.
that she could just go...
What are some others that have passives that we might want? Convert MP, that was the other one. So finish off Pictomancer. That'll do. Came out in 2004, so...
No.
Yeah, by that logic.
Anything with the 2000 in its release date does not count. Literally, just by default, no, not allowed.
It wasn't retro when you played it, but it is retro now. Yeah, it's the same with a lot of games.
Yeah.
You look back on them and you go, that's... I mean, Halo 3, that's retro.
Yeah.
I was at school and I remember, because we didn't have our phones.
Didn't have phones. Didn't have phones.
But I remember, I'm pretty sure it was Tom or Mike or something. We got a magazine from the shop that we were reading that was about the upcoming Halo 3 release, and they were pumped for it because they actually had Xboxes, and at the time I didn't have one. So I still remember going over to Tom's during one of the free periods, and we were playing Left 4 Dead 1. In fact, I remember he had connection to Xbox Live. He had the gold membership, and they released a demo of Left 4 Dead 1. It was only one of the missions that was playable, and we played that one, and it frightened the shit out of me. I hated it.
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't play it on my own, and the thought of playing it with them, like just sat in a room on my own talking to them, I was like, I can't do that. It's too scary, that is. But I remember that distinctly. That was brilliant, that was. And going over and playing Dead Rising, watching them run around and find the katana on top of the canopy in Paradise Plaza. Still remember all that.
Do this. Okay.
That's retro now, because that you're
Yeah.
actually going back nearly 20 years.
Yeah, well, that's the bit.
nearly.
Well,
Not
to
quite.
mention the arcade that we went to last night, we went into the room. They were playing Wind Waker on the GameCube, not the modern remake remaster that was on the Wii U, the old one on the GameCube. And I did just glance at it, and I was like, I slightly hate that is here in a retro arcade, but correct, because GameCube was a great console, man. Love the GameCube. I think people know this because of how upset I got over the Switch 2 thing with the GameCube. I love the GameCube, and having like easy access to GameCube games on a portable console is great, and I'm upset that I do not have access to that.
There's a few on here that might also qualify for some of your favourites. Just looking at Commodore 64 games, because way back in that era, when before the times of like Sony and Nintendo and Xbox, there were a lot more competitors for making game consoles. It was literally just,
Yes.
we have hardware. If you can make it work for our hardware, you can sell your game
Yes,
on it.
it's the frontier of gaming before the industry settled down into essentially the big three.
The four nations. Yep, because you had Nintendo and Sega, and then along came Sony, and then along came Microsoft, and then Sega died.
Yep,
Ah.
Sega died the death and became just a game developer. They dropped out of the console race.
But you've got Boulder Dash, which you'll remember. Bobble Bobble. What was the other one that I saw just now? Spy vs. Spy. Do you ever remember that one?
Don't know, not that one.
I played a little bit of that, but I think it was on a dodgy cartridge that didn't work anymore, so I didn't get to play very much of it. Elite, obviously your dad's.
Yeah, Dad
favourite.
was a big elite person.
Pac-Man.
Yes, Pac-Man is classic. I literally played Pac-Man at the arcade.
Donkey Kong. Ghosts and Goblins. You haven't played that
No,
one.
I
That
haven't
is
played that one.
stupidly hard.
Get started here.
Tetris.
Yeah.
You know, Tetris is on
Yeah, that is one of. I mean, it literally is one of these ones where it's a game that has a movie about it, but it's a movie documentary of like, you know, I don't think there's any other game at the moment that has a movie documentary about it. Because obviously there's movies which are
Yeah.
based off the plot of the game, but the movie documentary is about, you know, because it was made, you know, it was in Russia, wasn't it? And
Russia,
you know,
yeah.
and all of the stuff surrounding it. And obviously, I should probably watch that because it's probably a nice, an informative bit of history. Let's just catch up.
Oh yeah.
My dad got me into Star Wars. He still collects action figures, which I also do now.
Greg does that. John's kid.
Oh,
I
does
believe Greg's still got a lot of his Star Wars stuff from when he was a kid. It's going to be worth something, that isn't it?
Yeah, it will be.
Came out in 1988, so I assume it qualifies. But
Yeah.
when were you born?
Coincidence, my first Nintendo console is also from 2004. My dad used to play the Sega when he was a kid, the Sega Master System.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which we know as the Sega Mega Drive.
Mega
I
Drive.
believe. Because it was renamed over here
Yeah, it
for
had a
some
different
reason.
name for some reason. 81 is when you were born.
So 88 doesn't.
So,
It has
but-
to be something
Yeah,
prior.
by our own ruling that we have stipulated, the game has to have come out before you were born.
Yeah, so something from 1980 or 1979. I don't know how many confusing images are from that era, because that means that Core.
Okay, fine. Checkers?
Check. Yeah,
Pong.
I have two statements that I'm about to say, Blue, and I don't know which is funnier. Right?
Go on.
Which of these do you think is funnier? Core is as old as Frogger,
We have the upper hand.
or Core is older than Tetris.
All right.
I actually forgot that Frogger was before Tetris, yeah.
Yeah.
I've played so many versions of Frogger because it's one of those games that gets reskinned a lot, especially on like the old like online games. Freeonlinegames.com, and it's like here's 6 different versions of Frogger with 10 different names.
The first release of Tetris was 1988. Core lived in a time where if you'd said the word Tetris, they wouldn't have had a clue what you meant.
Yep. Bitch, you're older than Mario!
Well, that one's more. That
I
one's
mean, that
more
one's
acceptable.
obvious.
But Tetris came out in the USSR. You are older than it.
Oh my god, we literally have the two ends of the spectrum in chat right now. We've got Core, who is older than most of video gaming history, and Rex, who is a child.
Yeah. That's fucking funny, that is. It's so wild to think that I would have been looking forward to a Christmas where I get the Wii and Rex wasn't even born.
Yep.
It's just so
I have
wild.
Pokemon older than you. I'm going to keep reiterating that. Because I'm that kind of avid Pokemon fan who kept trading like her favorites up and up in each generation, and then like did all the transferring stuff. So I have Pokemon in my Pokemon home from the Game Boy Advance era.
Wow, Core apparently had a ColecoVision, which is
Vision.
yeah, from the same era
I
as
only,
Commodore
I
64.
only, yeah, I only vaguely recognise the name.
The only reason I know about that is from the Angry Video Game Nerd. That's the only reason that I know that one. Wild stuff.
Oh, we have a save point and a head back to the start, which means there could well be a encounter on the other side of here, which means that technically we should consider respecking back into our normal stuff so that we don't get our butt kicked. Because that has happened quite a few times where we've accidentally gone into essentially a boss fight and not been spec'd for it. What's embarrassing, yesterday I had a stream and I was stuck in the tutorial for an hour. Oh, that's not embarrassing, it depends on what game it is. Depends on what game it is. So long as you're not, you're not of the generation of the kids who are addicted to things that are touchscreen, like from Thor's story, which just makes me cringe every moment I hear it. I'm gonna save. Voices of the Void, it's a horror game. Don't know that one. Not that embarrassing, certain people around here have been stuck in Character Creator for 3 hours. Yeah, Character Creator isn't even in the tutorial. We're not even technically in the game yet. We like making blorpos, as we say.
Space Invaders was 1978.
Yeah, and so when it comes to, I think when I hear the word retro, the image of things that are conjured is things like Space Invaders and Pac-Man. That's like the image that is conjured in my brain when I hear the word.
Pac-Man, 1980.
Yeah, and so I played that in the arcade yesterday. It's fun. I got third on the leaderboard in Pac-Man.
Donkey Kong, Frogger and Centipede, 1981. Those are ones that
Yes.
people recognise. Oh, 1982.
Playing that 4-player Centipede at Manchester arcade was fun.
Yeah,
that was actually really
that
fun.
was a good
Modern
one.
interpretation of Centipede.
1982 was when that Cubert.
Yes, Cuba! I played Cuba. Cuba wasn't in the arcade we went to yesterday, but there was a cabinet of Cuba in the Manchester one, and I did sit and play that for a bit because I was like, oh, Cuba! This is one I actually recognise.
Oh, 1980 was when the game Rogue came out, which inspired the genre roguelike.
Ah!
The original game Rogue
That's cool.
that used procedural generation to make random dungeons that you would go and explore. Not the first procedurally generated game, but a game that used it in that way.
Used it, yeah.
1983, the industry crashes in the United States, resulting in 20 years of Japanese domination. The Nintendo releases the Famicom, beginning the 8-bit era.
Yeah, the
1983.
Famicom. Yeah, the Famicom again got renamed when it came over to. The Famicom is the original Nintendo Entertainment System, isn't it? That's the NES. Not
1984.
not the SNES. The original NES.
1984 was Duck Hunt and Punch Out.
Hey,
Good old Duck Hunt.
I have to eat. We'll come back soon. Bye, Rex. Enjoy your food.
Catch you later, Maida.
Speaking of Pac-Man, I did not have the edgy Pac-Man remake on my list of things I would expect. I actually forgot that was a thing that happened.
What?
It's calling it a remake. I think is factually incorrect. There is a new game coming out. I can't even explain it. Can you remember what it's called? Core. I think it's probably just going to be simpler if I find the trailer and show it to Spook. It was in the Nintendo Direct. New Pac-Man game.
What the fuck?
Is it this one? Shadow Labyrinth. Yeah, this was one of those things where I was watching it and I was like halfway through the trailer and I was like, what is this? And then you just see in the corner, you go, is that Pac-Man? I don't believe this is going to come through on stream. It's got Pac-Man in the logo. So everyone, this is in the Nintendo Direct. So everyone's watching this going, what is this? Is this like some Hollow Knight kind of thing? What is this? But it's, and then that was when I was like, wait, it's Pac-Man? Spook's face is so baffled right now. Rewatching it is a trip. Nintendo Direct. Spook is so baffled right now. Like,
it looked like about 8 games in one.
It did, didn't it? It did.
What?
Yeah. Very confusing.
All right.
Pac-Man is back with his original Puckman name, yes, because Pac-Man is Puckman in Japan. So in that game, he's referred to as Puck.
Oh yeah, because he was based on air hockey pucks.
Yes, hockey puck. Yeah, yeah. I've scored Core Spook and Todd Horror. I've done my job. Yeah. So yeah, it's like they've made. It looks like Hollow Knight in that it's got that sort of roguelike Metroidvania aspect, boss fights of, you die but you can go back and stuff with this character, but then also Pac-Man is there. In my brain, it almost feels a bit like the story that you hear about Star Fox Adventures, where it's like we've made this entire game with dinosaurs and combat, and the main character's a fox, and then some CEO goes, "Hey, we've got a fox character. How about you use that instead?" It literally feels like they just made a game, and then someone just went, "What if you put Pac-Man in it?" And they went, "Huh?"
Yeah. Doesn't look bad. Or
It doesn't look bad. It's just so bizarre.
Weird, yeah, just a weird
Like,
one.
yeah, and it was even one of those things where even after watching it, people were like, "What did we just watch?" And then the little segment in the Nintendo Direct afterwards where the person actually talks about it is like, "What you just saw is the newest modern installment in the Pac-Man franchise," and everyone went, "Wait, it actually is Pac-Man? What?"
Anyway, 1986, Legend of Zelda.
Yep, first one.
And Metroid.
I'm amazing.
The Metroidvania genre is sparked by Metroid and Castlevania, respectively.
Yes, that's why it is called that. It is both games. It is fun to hear that these genres and the games that, so, Metroidvania from Metroid and Castlevania, but also roguelike is called roguelike because of the game called Rogue.
I don't believe that's true, though.
Is it not? I thought it was.
Metroid coming out, yes, but first Castlevanias that came out weren't Metroidvania style. They were linear platforms. I believe the first Metroidvania style one that came out, which had it was one map that you would move between different areas of, I think was Symphony of the Night.
Don't know.
Because the first ones like Castlevania 1, Castlevania 2, Castlevania 3, you would just go from level to level, I'm sure.
I don't know, not played them.
I'm almost certain of that. And this is Wikipedia, God knows what's true and what's not. But I'm pretty sure that that's the reason why it became Metroidvania, because they took a Castlevania game and then they made it in the style of how you would run around the Metroid.
Core agrees with you. The Metroidvania genre was coined after Symphony of the Night. Okay, so it is the term is named for both of them,
Yes.
but it came about later.
Yeah, the very first Castlevanias, which some people do prefer, and they don't like modern Metroidvania style Castlevania. They just prefer the original style. Would be you go from the start to the end of a level, do all the things that you got to do, and then you would move to the next level, which was another environment. But the Metroidvania style was like Symphony of the Night, where everything takes place in Dracula's castle, and we've made different parts of the castle, different environments.
Yes.
Where you go and do shit.
Yes,
So
which
you've
is
got like the entryway.
yeah,
sort of
because
stuff,
or
the
in the
clock tower.
Blind Forest is in Metroidvania,
Yeah.
because I've played through that one now, and I know it's all one big map, but there's very very distinct like biomes essentially.
Yeah, so I don't think that is correct. Castlevania might have come out in 1986, the first one, but it wasn't Metroidvania style. It was its own. It was just platformer. It wasn't even the name for it. It was just platformer, because that's what you do. You have a whip and you got platforms. Go kill stuff.
That's Castlevania, baby.
1987 was Mega Man, and the first Final Fantasy, 1987. So that means in 2 years' time we'll be celebrating the 40th anniversary of Final Fantasy.
Oh, so FF14 is going to do something.
gotta.
There's going to be an anniversary
Gotta.
event. That's a huge number. Damn.
1988, Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden.
Gaiden, yeah.
Sick as Sensei, Ninja Gaiden. And Super Mario Bros. 3. And the debut of the Mega Drive, 1988 Mega Drive. We'll come back to 1988 again. Is that the game console of 87?
Oh my god. The console of 87.
The 16-bit era begins in 1989 with the TurboGrafx 16 Sega Genesis.
Here I go.
The Game Boy is also released in 1989. Technically a console of the 80s.
Yes.
Only just. Oh, there's one that I don't think I actually knew before. Oh no, I might have done, because this is the Game Boy original. The big brick. The Game Boy original came out
the
before
original
the
brick.
SNES.
Yes.
1 year, but it came
No,
out
I
before
thought this
the
was a
SNES.
branching path. I came back, so I was like, oh, I think I missed a branch. And I was like, no, it's actually quite linear, this cave. It just looks like it's got branches.
Oh, 1990 was when an early example of esports came into being from Nintendo World Championships.
Yes.
1990.
Yes, because I actually have
Ah.
a T-shirt that was like, you know, not like an authentic one, is, you know, one was remembered. It literally says Nintendo World Championships 1990.
Oh, I would never have guessed that far back. Jesus. Street Fighter 2 in 1991, and Sonic the Hedgehog debuts.
Hey.
Yeah, because Sonic is a year older than me. 1992. So this is me. These are things that are as old as Spook. Mortal Kombat, Mario Kart,
The original Mario Kart, nice.
Echo the Dolphin. I know of that game.
I know of it as well.
Streets of Rage 2, a very classic game. That has sparked a lot of games. I suppose that's like the poster child for that sort of side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first, but when people think back to it, it's usually Streets of Rage 2 or one with gold maxes.
Yeah.
Very
Apparently, it was Metroid, Castlevania 2 that began the genre, but it wasn't until Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night that it was properly coined. There's a movie about it, if I recall. They released Mario 3 through the movie. Oh, wild.
I haven't played Castlevania 2, but I know that there was like a kind of central town that you would go to.
Was
So
it?
I guess in a way, yeah, you could kind of say because you are revisiting areas, but yeah, something like Symphony of the Night, it very much would feel like a fantasy version of Sci-Fi Metroid.
Okay.
I am as old as Kirby.
Hey! That's a
Kirby.
fun little tidbit.
Kirby, yeah. 1993, Star Fox. Ridge Racer!
Ridge Racer!
Myst. Myst is from 93. I thought it was
Yeah.
older than that.
Yeah, it's 1 year before me.
1993. Oh shit. I'm older than Doom.
Ah,
Holy crap.
okay, Doom's actually more recent than I thought it was then.
Doom launch is greatly influencing and popularising the first-person shooter
Yeah, the
genre.
FPS genre.
Wow, I thought Doom came out in some like mid-80s. I am older than Doom. Can Spook run Doom?
Can he run Doom? Not with those knees, he can't.
Yeah. 1994 was when the PlayStation came out, the very first PlayStation.
Yeah, very first PlayStation. So this is the year I was born,
Yeah, that's.
and my brother was 4 years old. So you can understand why the PlayStation 1 was our first like at-home console. Of like,
Yeah.
you know, my brother is 4 because let's be real, they bought the console for my brother to play, and then I discovered it and enjoyed it. And funny enough, now I'm the one who's into gaming more than my brother. But yeah, the PlayStation was technically for Craig, and we had things like Croc and I think my brother did have Crash Bandicoot, but I never was into it. And of course, I got Spyro, and
All right.
the rest is history, you could say.
So you're as old as a PlayStation then, Blue, but interestingly enough, you're like to know as well that you are as old as Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls Arena.
The
came
first
out,
one.
The first one. I didn't even know that was what it was called. I know the second one's Daggerfall.
Daggerfall, and
the
it's
third one is
Morrowind.
and then
Oblivion, Skyrim,
Skyrim.
and
And then Skyrim.
and then Skyrim.
And then
Skyrim.
Skyrim, that was it. And what came after that one?
Skyrim.
Skyrim. It was Skyrim, wasn't it? And I think they're working on Skyrim.
There might be more Skyrim for the Switch too.
Skyrim. Skyrim with physics-defying horses and many boob mods. So yeah, you are as old as Elder Scrolls. 95 was the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn launch is unsuccessful as the census. That's a shame.
They didn't have to add that in there. They didn't have to do them dirty like that.
So Blue, you are older than Rayman, Chrono Trigger,
Oh.
and Time Crisis.
Time Crisis,
Time
nice.
Crisis all game. 1996, the Nintendo 64!
Yay!
And Atari leaves the market.
Ah, rip.
1996 was when Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, and Crash Bandicoot came out.
What a year.
Well, yeah, that's
That's
I
a
mean,
year.
that's a hell of a year.
That's a year for gaming. That is.
All of which on the PlayStation.
Full PlayStation.
So why did Sony do so well? Well,
It's the killer game liner.
within 2 years you had Rayman, Time Crisis, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Crash Bandicoot. In 1997, holy shit, we've not seen any more news on Final Fantasy, and then 1997 was when Final Fantasy VII came out. So when was the first Final Fantasy? 1987. So 10 years had made the 7th iteration of the game. 97 was also GoldenEye. That was apparently a massive classic. They still do
Yes.
speedruns of that to
Yes.
this day.
Yeah, that
To
is
this
that is
day.
a classic one. I understand.
And Symphony of the Night. Keep coming back to that one. And Crash Bandicoot 2. 1998, Game Boy Color. The Dreamcast, the last console that Sega would make.
Yep.
And Ocarina of Time.
And there it is.
Half-Life comes out in 1998.
Huh? Another one I've never played.
Yeah, not play. Oh, I've played the very start of it, but I think it was one of them. It was like a child of its time. If you play
Right.
it now, it's probably not as good.
Iconic, yeah.
Yeah, because essentially you've seen all of the games that have come after it that have used it as influence.
Yeah,
so-
that's how it is. Like to talk about other media for a second. That's how it was. I've actually listened to the audiobook of Dracula, and it's not good. It's so weird listening to that audiobook and being like, this spawned a legacy of vampires, Dracula, the movies, just the way the public views Dracula, and I was like, it's a mid book.
Hold the phone. Right. We've got a year here that has just blown me for 6. 1999. All of these things came out in the same year.
Even though I can't think of any names, something in the back of my brain is going, yes, 99 was quite the year. Something is actually registering there.
Nvidia enters the GPU market. Right. Super Smash Brothers for the N64 comes
Super
out.
Smash.
Heroes of Might and Magic 3 in 99.
In 99.
That was like way earlier than that. 99. So
The
when
game
Super
that we
Smash
have a
Bros.
board
came out-
game for.
The game we have a board game for, and that me and Stanji played. The game that Stanji played before he knew English, and he didn't know what the stuff was going on. 1999, Super Smash Bros. Came out. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and Ape Escape in the same year. That's unbelievable. I had no idea that Heroes 3 was that late. I assumed it was like 92, 93, some way earlier. 1999, just before the millennium hit. That's unbelievable. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 came out 2 years before Halo. That's nuts. That is insane. The PS2 launched this following year, 2000. Pokemon Gold and Silver, obviously.
Yep.
There was no mention in 97 as to the original.
Yeah, it sounds like this list is cherry picking.
Yeah, it is. It's just picking out some of like the big ones that came out.
You have a Dreamcast still. We have the oldest console that we own is we actually have a physical SNES.
You bought that from
I found it in a market and I scooped it up because I was like, oh, that's a find. I scooped it up for like 30 quid. And that came in two controllers and a game.
The oldest console we have in the house that was bought at its time that I played on the PS.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
your
the oldest thing.
N64. Yeah, the oldest console is the SNES. Again, both Nintendo.
Both Nintendo? Well, yeah, because they were They were the dominant one in
Yeah,
the
they
market.
were back then. Well, they were for kids as well, is the thing. So we're talking about consoles, yeah. Now we're just going. Spooker's found a timeline of certain releases, and it's just been going through of when stuff was released. We've learned that Spooker's as old as Kirby, and I'm as old as Elder Scrolls, the franchise.
2001. Wow, this is a year for gaming. We definitely grew up in a great time for gaming.
Oh, I know everybody always thinks that theirs was the best, but I'll be real. 90s and early 2000s gaming is peak.
So 2001. This one actually has quite a lot of games listed, so clearly it was a good year. Pikmin, Halo Combat Evolved,
Halo.
Animal Crossing,
Oh.
Conker's Bad Fur Day,
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion, Jack and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, Devil May Cry,
Devil May Cry.
Ico, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Yo!
And then Microsoft enters with the Xbox and the GameCube and Game Boy Advance are released. 2001. What a way to kick off the millennium.
I think that's probably what they all thought. That's probably what a lot of those companies thought of. It's the millennium. Time to move into the future.
That's unbelievable.
That's
what a
quite
year.
incredible.
2002 though was still kicking with some good ones. You got GTA Vice City. Vice City was class.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Metroid Prime, which I have heard good things about.
I have heard good things about Prime. This is what I said when Direct last month happened, and I was like, I've never played any Metroid games, but I know that Metroid fans are going to be absolutely ecstatic that there is a new Metroid Prime.
Wind Waker.
Oh, so good. Wind Waker is one of the few games. So I had it on the GameCube, played it to completion, and then got a Wii U, got the remake on the Wii U, and played the remake to completion. Which for me is something that just does not happen. I very rarely complete games. So the fact that I completed Wind Waker twice on 2 different consoles, I think speaks volumes for Wind Waker.
I've played Wind Waker many times. I've never finished it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, quite a common thing. Elvis is nearly dead.
Oh, so he is.
Quite a common thing for me with Legend of Zelda games. I don't often. I reach a point, a wall, a hill. I just can't get over it. I have a NES, a Dreamcast, and a 360. Nice. I had a game named just Football, just called
Football! The first one! Football!
Football 1. Wow.
Well, how cool was it around when they invented football?
Vice City played that once. Was more of a San Andreas. Yeah, San Andreas was, I think, probably the best GTA that they've made in terms of ones that people remember. I never played it because I didn't own a PS2 when it came out. I only got a PS2 much later, but I know from Dan, San Andreas was just the tits.
Yeah,
You've gotta have
I
San
feel like my
Andreas.
brother had San Andreas.
It was the game. All the other GTAs definitely were good. Vice City was good, but San Andreas is the one that everyone goes back to, and they're quality.
I used to play that with my dad. Yeah.
The fact that you've only just turned 16 and you have used the words "used to play that with my dad" tells me that your father is a wonderful figure. Considering that San Andreas is an 18-rated game.
Oh god, it is!
Come on, Blue. It took you way too long to catch up with that one of he's not even old enough to play it yet, and he used to play it.
No, that says to me is I used to play it with my dad. It says no, your dad used to play it and you were there.
Yeah, and you probably shouldn't have been.
You probably shouldn't have been.
That's how it was, though. 2003. This is one relevant for us now. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire came out. Mario Kart Double Dash came out.
We're in Game Boy Advance.
Call of Duty 1 came out.
Oh, the first Call of
Knights of
Duty.
the Old Republic.
Oh.
And to go along with that, Steam.
Steam, yeah, we were there for the release of Steam. We were. I think I've actually said this to you once before on stream. Of we remember life before Steam existed.
Yeah. Completely off topic, but you'll be pleased to know that the game made me sad. Oh, football.
What, football or Metroid, or are you playing FF some more?
Oh, could be many things. I played that before I was 10. Yeah, I mean, fair. I used to go around to Dan's and we used to play all manner of
That's
games.
parenting for you.
I think I first watched the Prawns when I was 12. I was over at Dan's house. He had a computer wedged in the corner of his living room opposite the cupboard under the stairs where they got their like Blue Yonder router hooked up, and he was like, "And you gotta come look at this." And we checked out some website that I won't tell you what it is, and we were just glued to the screen of like, "What is going on?
What is this?
Oh my god, they're naked!"
It's the internet.
Brilliant. 2004, the Nintendo DS.
Core is playing Final Fantasy. And the
right.
game has made them sad.
Most saddest game you've played is Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Redemption 1. I've not played Red Dead Redemption 2, but that was the one we saw Tom play and we went to go and visit him, and it does look amazing.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 1, fantastic game, very sad ending, but it was I think it's a testament to how, even though Rockstar is known for making GTA games, which is just about like, let's run around the city and kill hookers and let's just do evil stuff because, why not? They can make some really good games, like story-driven games that you play through and you are eager to see what the next part of the story is.
Games that make you feel something.
Because the ending to that game genuinely had me like choked. I was like, shit, that was really rough, but really good.
I mean,
Fantastic.
people will know from stream. There's a reason it's on the bingo. There's a lot of games that have made me cry. I've lost count of some of them. I mean, like the most recent one was Ori. Like the start of Ori was really sad, so that made me cry.
Did a quest for a cat pet, and we had to rescue it from a pack of other monsters that killed its mom. And you see the mom's dead body lying there.
Jesus
It's
Christ!
like Bambi.
Final Fantasy.
Bamba. It's even more sad when you played 2. Yes, 2 because the thing.
You've not played 2.
I've not played
Maybe I'll have to get you 2 sometime as just like a gift to try out.
For all I know, someone might have already bought it for me. I can't
Now that you've vocalized the I don't own Red Dead 2, but it actually looks good. Now that it's vocalized, it's gonna happen.
I mean, it's not that I wouldn't play it. I could go and buy it now. It's just I don't really have the time, and I'm not really in the sort of mindset to play it,
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely still in the Monster Hunter pit.
Oh, yeah.
We said, we may not be actively streaming it, but it's still just the game that's going to be played for the next 6 months.
I liked playing Red Dead 1 because I used to play with Mike, and there was an online mode for that, which was literally just a free roam. You could form posses, you could go and do bank heists and different missions on the map and stuff, and you could get different weapons. It's good fun, just real good fun. Anyway, 2004 was the DS, World of Warcraft.
Wow.
Yeah. Redefined MMORPGs, it says. Which I think
MMOs did exist before then.
San Andreas, Fable 1, Far Cry, Katamari Damacy, 2004, Half-Life 2 and Halo 2. So 2004 again, what a year for gaming. 2005, the Xbox 360 is released. Damn, that was 2 years after I started secondary school. So that's the year you started secondary school then.
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah, 2 years.
God of War, Guild Wars, Shadow of the Colossus.
Guild Wars! I still remember Guild Wars released to this day. Guild Wars is great.
Guitar Hero, 2005.
That was quite a novel thing when it launched. Like, oh wow, it's a game and it comes with this weird thing.
Let me see.
We'll only do a few more.
Red Dead 2 was actually the first paid game I had on PC. It was the first game that I streamed a year ago. Oh, neat. I don't remember the first thing I ever streamed because it was too long ago, frankly. It was too long ago. I don't remember what the first thing I streamed was. Knowing me, it was probably Minecraft. I probably streamed Minecraft.
Something just prior to Joffrey's Dungeon or whatever.
Yeah, because I recorded that. That was recorded for a YouTube video, but I think I did those before I streamed. But I feel like maybe one of the first things I streamed was actually me and some of the Ajco crew. Because I don't think we were playing on the Ajco server. We were playing because like people were role playing, but we'd had a second server. And because I think there's a clip of me and one of our old Ajco friends, because I was like, oh, look, a slime! And the slime literally just goes, pfft, and dies in front of me. And I remember the other person going, oh, what did you do? And I was like, I didn't do anything, it just died! I remember freaking out. I think that's like one of the first clips of my channel, so I think the first thing I streamed was probably Minecraft. We remember a world before Minecraft.
Yeah. 2006, the Wii. Wii Sports, obviously, because that goes out with hand in hand. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and the PlayStation 3, and that's when Elder Scrolls 4 comes out, which was Oblivion.
It's Oblivion, which people said was very good. To the point that I even bought a copy of Oblivion because I couldn't afford a copy of Skyrim. I couldn't afford to get Skyrim when it was like new, so I got a pre-owned copy of Oblivion, which I think is still on the shelf. And go figure, in typical me fashion, didn't really get very far into it, even though I did enjoy it.
Holy shit, 2007. This is a litany of games. Halo 3, God of War 2, Team Fortress 2,
Wow.
Assassin's Creed,
Wow.
Bioshock,
Jesus.
Crysis,
Why is there a bed here?
Mass Effect, The Witcher, Uncharted, and Portal.
Okay, now that is an iconic year in gaming.
2007.
2007,
rocked.
an iconic year for gaming. Holy crap. That's
And 2008
that's a banger lineup right there.
2008 didn't let up really. The Nintendo DSi, which
That was it. No.
GTA 4, fantastic
Yeah,
GTA
that was
game.
good.
Fallout 3, Metal Gear Solid 4, don't remember that one unfortunately. Fable 2, Dead Space, Left 4 Dead,
Ooh.
Little Big Planet,
Yep.
Mirror's Edge, and
Mirror's
Edge and Spore.
Spore. Yeah.
2009, first game that's on there. 2009, what came out in 2009, Blue? To test your history.
Oh, you know I'm not bad at it. I'm bad
We're
at
just
stuff.
talking about it.
Just talking about it.
2009.
Is that Skyrim?
Nope.
Oh.
Well, is that on the...
Is it Skyrim? No.
It's not Skyrim.
I don't know.
Skyrim was 2011.
Okay.
This is a game that is older than Skyrim.
Only just.
Came out the same year as Angry Birds, Batman Arkham Asylum, Dragon Age Origins, and Infamous. The alternative to Prototype, I can only describe that as.
Huh?
So at this time in life, how old would you have been? 2009? 15?
Yeah, 15. I haven't quite finished secondary school yet, I think.
Minecraft.
Oh.
You were 15 when Minecraft came out. 2009. I didn't realise it was quite that old. 2009. But that would have been the earliest version. Obviously not 1.0, but the early version.
Yes, is that the quote unquote official release, or is that just like because the thing about Minecraft was that it had like, you know, pre-alpha and alpha 1.2 and then beta and then they had like release, so it's like tracking the history of it is like a little confusing. That's why it's like when 2020 ticked over.
First public alpha, because the official release was 2011.
I was going to say, because when 2020 ticked over, a lot of people said, you know, what was your game of the decade of, you know, 2010 to 2020? And a lot of people said Minecraft because of the technicality of technically the official release was in that decade, but
Yes.
the alpha was before then. So that was the loophole that even I said. I was like, well, technically it was released this decade, so it's Minecraft. Minecraft is the game of the decade.
I'll just skim through some of these ones now to some of the more sort of noteworthy games on the start series. So 2010, the Kinect. 2011 was the 3DS and Portal 2, because that's one of your favourites. 2012, the PS Vita and the Wii U. And XCOM, 2012.
Oh.
2013, PS4 and Xbox One. GTA 5, The Stanley Parable, and Bioshock Infinite. Damn.
Bioshock Infinite!
2013. The game is 12 years old.
I remember watching Jesse's playthrough of that.
That would have been more or less when we started dating. That's how old that is.
Yeah, that was that era of like, that's the era of I've started college.
2014, Shovel Knight, Hearthstone, and Destiny. 2015, Twitch.
Twitch!
As we are here now.
Hello, Twitch!
Twitch is 10 years old this year.
Stanley Parable is that old? I didn't know that. Yeah, it's some of them sneak up on you, frankly.
So yeah, this is 10 years of Twitch. This year is 10 years of Twitch.
I'm surprised I've not heard anything about that, because you think they do some sort of event, but I suppose they have the actual, like, month saved? Because surely they're going to do something to be like, it's the 10th anniversary of Twitch.
No, sorry.
Watch her.
Sorry, launched in 2011. I misread it. It's Twitch becomes influential in speedrunning and Let's Play. So,
You mean Justin.tv? Yeah, I remember when it was called that.
2015, what have we got? Bloodborne? Undertale!
Undertale! Yeah,
Undertale 2015.
iconic game.
2016, the Oculus Rift.
The first commercially available VR headset.
Damn, 2016 as well, Overwatch. That was massive at the time.
Yeah, that was huge.
2017, the Switch. Yeah, because that's not that long ago now.
No.
6 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. You know, we've been saying for probably the last 4 years, it's time for a new Nintendo console. And every year that it went by, it's like, surely this year. And now this year, we finally are getting a new Nintendo console.
So there was the Switch and Breath of the Wild, PlayerUnknown Battleground, which established the Battle Royale genre. Loot box proliferation leads to regulation debate.
The old loot boxes debacle.
Fortnite, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2 was 2018. Red Dead 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. 2019, we got Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Remember that one?
I do remember Sekiro.
2020, the COVID-19 pandemic caused a global increase in gaming.
Yeah, there we go. 2019 was when it technically started, and 2020 was like lockdown.
And the only 2 games that are mentioned in that, apart from the consoles, is Animal Crossing New Horizons and Among Us.
Yay! 2020 lockdown, everybody! Animal Crossing and Among Us!
You can definitely see that we've taken a dip now from 2007.
The fucking nosedive! The absolute nosedive that the gaming industry took.
Yep. 2023, Baldur's Gate 3.
Iconic game, frankly. Iconic game.
2024, Power World and Helldivers. And 2025 is when GTA 6 is scheduled for release, but we'll see. That is your brief history of relevant gaming.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Right.
Enjoyed that.
I might need your help, Spook, because it looks like we are going into boss fight territory, so I'm having to respec everything again, and I can never remember all the stuff we go for. So I think I've got everybody's classes: Shield Master, White Mage, Beastmaster, Black Mage and Bard, Berserker and Monk. I was just in doing abilities first, so I got...
Unequip everything, it's just easier. Just take everything off.
Well, I know that we need these 2, Dual Shields and the Unshakable Will, because the Unshakable Will is
I don't know if we want to go with the dual shields, if I'm honest.
You don't?
After the previous one that we did, I know we could tank, but in the previous fight, the only person that could attack was Adele. We essentially had a 4-man team of one person attacking.
That was an unfortunate thing because we couldn't cast spells, I think it was. And
magic was not an option, but
yeah,
does having 2 shields really give us so much of an advantage that we can't attack? I don't know. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's a mandatory one.
Alright.
Better than ever. Absolutely.
Yes, better than ever.
I'm just going to read chat for a second. Standing was that old. Who read that one? Twitch. Oh, you mean Justin.t?
That's what I mean, yeah.
Same for Red Dead 2. It has such good graphics. It could be released this year. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was more recent than it is, honestly. May I discovered the origins of Delmar dropped in Twitch clips.
Oh. Going. Did you literally go into my clips and go date order inverse, date inverse? What's my first clip?
I know the GTA 6 is coming out to bonus, but I'd be more interested in Red Dead 3. Yeah, I think the only reason I'd be interested in GTA 6 is just a free roam element of it, but I don't think anything's going to live up to the fun we had with GTA 4. Me and my old college mates had so much fun on GTA 4, especially with the Ballad of Gaytona came out, because they introduced parachutes. That was just next level of I can get in a helicopter, fly to fuck, and then parachute across the city, land on the Statue of Liberty, on her little coffee cup that she's got.
A little coffee cup.
Fantastic.
Offends every American everywhere.
Oh no, because it's not the Statue of Liberty. It's Liberty City's statue. So she is actually holding a coffee.
Oh, it's a coffee cup.
It is a coffee cup.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the. It's because GTA they do jokes like that. Like the top selling beer is Pisswasser.
Oh, that's
German.
true.
So
Right.
yeah.
So what? So we've got better. So I've emptied everyone out. So
Better than ever. Yep, that's definitely one.
we want to over.
Drain attack will probably be useful if we're going to give him a weapon.
Do you want him to have a weapon this time?
Yeah,
Drain
I'd say
attack?
it's probably useful. So that's all for there. Yeah, giving him something where if he doesn't block, because we can always replace these if we find something better. Defensive offense. What's that?
Throwing an attack with the weapon equipped will cause damage to user be reduced 70% until the next turn.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
And then the other one that we're probably going to want is the Unshakable Will, which is you can't be... prevents stealth elements that impede their ability to choose free actions, sleep paralysis, dread, berserk, confusion, charm, and freezing. You kind of want that. So there's our defend. That's our defender.
What else have we got? No. Let's have a look. You alright?
Where do you want me to go?
Oh, stick on the same one, but there might be other ones that are better than some of the other ones we've chosen.
Okay.
That's what I was like. So, Have a look at Pain into Gain, because we'll probably, that might be the one that we potentially get rid of. What else have we
Okay,
got?
so obviously dual shield.
No, I don't want that one.
Courage to Resist. Defaulting does not increase BP, but nullifies all status ailments except Slow, Stop, and Doom.
We probably wouldn't use that because we'd actually use an ability to defend. So.
Yeah.
Fast Hands? What's Fast Hands?
Speed reductions caused by equipment in the either hand become speed bonuses instead.
I don't think we need him to be fast necessarily. I don't know if the passives there are actually that useful. See,
Yeah.
something like that could be useful on Adele. Having a speed buff to make her go even faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's awkward though because it's to do with the equipment. It's, you know, it's any speed reduction caused by equipment. So that basically you have to overload yourself.
No, it means that if she has a shield in her other hand, any speed decrement is instead of speed increment.
Oh right. Okay.
So we can give her a shield and it will not only increase her defense, it'll increase her speed, which makes no sense, but sounds cool. I'd say that's a pretty good lineup for our shield master. That's pretty good.
Did you know the Statue of Happiness has a heart and it bleeds? Yikes.
Statue of Happiness. Is that from GTA 4 or 5? Because I haven't played much GTA. No, asking you.
It's I haven't played GTA. We don't typically go for any of the freelance skills.
No.
Lunar powered,
No.
solar powered.
No, I'd say he's done. That's good
He's
for
done.
me.
Okay.
So White Mage.
White Mage.
So better than
Better
ever.
than ever.
And we always want that. So we don't
we
want
want
Beast
we
Whisperer
want
in this
MP
one. But we
Saver.
do want MP Saver, yeah. What else have we got in the other ones? But we probably want the Unshakable.
Use of the Brave command increases
No.
attack.
No,
We'll attack with
we
Spear,
got
and
Spear.
Beast Whisperer gives you the monsters.
So Unshakable Will, definitely.
I
think
don't imagine any
others.
of these are going to be useful.
No. What else have we got? I think
We got Counter Savvy and Who Dares Win, so we haven't actually got too many that are necessarily useful. Able to evade physical counter abilities does not apply to magic.
I suppose that's useful to just have on, just in case. That's the wrong one you put on. You put on Who Dares Wins. It's Who Dares Wins?
More likely to inflict crit hits.
No. I'd say the other one then. We'll put on the lunar powered or solar powered.
We're in a cave, so I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. You just guess.
Let's try Lunar powered maybe, since we're indoors. Right, Black Mage. Aspire attack is the
No, it's crap.
yeah.
We don't want that. GTA 6. I might have seen that one then. I might have done that one. I remember the swing glitch more than anything. There was a set of swings that you could drive cars into, and it would fuck with the mesh and the shake. It would shake and try and push you out of the swing's geometry, and because of the speed, you would sometimes get launched. So we used to queue
good
up.
old just.
Yeah, we used to queue up and
The
try and
effects
get
of
launched across
singing
them.
and artistry abilities are increased by percentage based on the user's level divided by
Yeah.
5 because he has got born entertainment.
And it was useful last time, so yeah, we'll do that one. What else have we got?
MP Saver.
Yeah, MP Saver. None of the others are useful, but then there was a few in. Unshakable Will.
Unshakable Will, just good on everybody.
Yep.
We got
Yes.
Magic Critical.
And Revenge.
Magical, yeah,
Those
magical
were both
attacks
good.
can inflict.
Both
crits.
of those were good, I remember. I don't know if there's any other things from anywhere
Roughly
else.
25% of the user's BP increasing by 1 when attacked, is what that is. And he does not have the other
No,
classes.
that's cool. That's perfect.
Okay, and now we've got our Barbarian Monk.
So Bare Fist.
She can be better than ever.
Oh yeah, definitely better than ever. Probably give her the Bare
You
Fist
want
then.
Bare Knuckle Brawler, you don't want her to wield an axe.
I mean, we'll see what the other ones are.
What's raw
MP
power?
Saver not as useful.
Every use of the Brave command increases physical attack by 10%.
That's good. Yeah, we'll give that one. Unshakable Will definitely.
Do we not want her to berserk? Because we've made that mistake before. In fact,
yeah.
Unshakable Will doesn't let you berserk.
Yeah, good point. So no.
Indiscriminate Rage
no.
allows regular attacks to target all enemies at full power. Bloody-minded, physical effects cannot be evaded, but that also damage them. However, this damage cannot reduce their HP below 1. Free for all.
Do a free for all this time. We'll do a free for all.
Attacking abilities performed at random while berserk do not cost anything.
So we'll go with that one instead. And then the last one, maybe Counter Savvy. And then we'll check some of the other ones.
Crit hits immune to blindness when they have at least 1 BP.
That's no.
So Beast Viscera, Born Entertainer, Paint to Gain.
Pain as a game can be useful.
roughly 30% chance of increasing physical attack by 1 to 3%.
It's only minor. What's some of the other... Have she got any of the Pictomancer type ones and stuff?
BP saver. Her sub job is monk.
No.
So
I'd go with the counter savvy because we don't know what this guy's going to throw at us.
Aye.
And that's everybody. Heal up and use the ethers and stuff. And then we'll save.
tent on here.
Probably. Has everybody got equipment?
I haven't done equipment yet.
Okay. Quickly do equipment.
I'll tell you what, while you're looking through that one, be right back.
You off to the bathroom?
Mwah. Big kiss.
Is he going to make a cup of tea? Maybe.
Okay, equipment. Recommend. It recommends a bow? I don't know about that. D. Yeah, I don't know about that. Magical defense. Lowers physical defense. Okay, so we're gonna try giving him weapons instead of shields. So he's got the Valkyrie's coat, which is just really good for some reason. Just super, super good. He recommends bow for her. I feel like we want healing power though. I think that's just going to be Jade. And give you a shield on the offhand. And Valkyrie coat's just so good. Need more of them. You are going to have a rud. Yeah, I think there's just another one of these. And a shield for you in your offhand. Ooh, the Tactician's Turban. There's a lot of blue on there. I like it when stuff is blue. Ooh, this lowers the chance of targeting a little bit. Let's go with that. I just found that in the chest. The Valkyrie's cloak, just consistently better in every single way. Let's take those braces off you. Sure. And we've given her unarmed strike, right? We have, so she's not having a weapon. So I think all of that is fine. I'm just going to use an ether on that. Should have tented after doing equipment. No. That's a fun conversation that's carried us through like half the stream, isn't it? Oh, big stretch. Oh, big stretch. I don't want to advance until Spook gets back. There. So, what did you find? What did you find, Core? Let's have a little look-see. Raptors can't swim. I actually remember that. I was playing Primal Carnage.
He's made a cup of tea. What?
Tea and biscuits.
Tea and biscuits.
Tick 'em off.
Woo! Tea.
Yes, that's a double actually. Now, because people insisted that I add biscuits. Because it doesn't happen every stream, but it happens frequently.
Sometimes.
It happens sometimes. Tea. And biscuits. I literally have 3 lines that need 1 number. I have a lot of bingo ticks. Spooks won!
I did it!
Spooks the first winner! Is that why you went to make a cup of tea?
There is no such thing as inside trading!
Are you
I've manipulated the system!
Are you telling me you opened up bingo on your phone, saw that you needed biscuits to win, and was like, I'm gonna go get some biscuits?
I needed biscuits and tea, and I was like, now is the time.
You're still only in 5th place.
It doesn't matter, I got bingo.
Spook
I got bingo!
Spook got first bingo through market manipulation.
Yes, Core!
Core
It
so
was a hack!
Core so salty.
You're a sham, Spook!
Clip it. You can clip it, Core. Feel free to clip it. Spook has won bingo through market manipulation.
Ah, it reminds me of that time I did it with the potatoes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Wow. See, I was an honest stream. I mean, I could have, because I'm the one who controls the bingo, I could have made myself win this at any point, but I didn't because I'm honest. So there you go. Spook has revealed his true colours today.
Yeah, gold for winning. See? If you just cried because Andre isn't here, you'd have won.
Do you see that? I could have just gone, ah! Ah! I could have just screamed for a bit.
You shouldn't be allowed to play because you control everything. I'm allowed to play because I don't.
That's why I don't skew it, because I control it all, so it's like it has to happen organically. Like I said to Das, of just like, if I'm in a group, if I'm in an open Discord channel, you can't just join and go, hello my dear, and leave just to get bingo. Doesn't count. Has to come up organically.
But this did.
No, it didn't.
It did.
No,
I made you
no,
do.
it didn't. No,
I made you do.
because you saw that you needed it on bingo. Don't pretend it wasn't organic. We all just watched it happen. We got video evidence of it. 4 ticks aren't even on my card. God. Spook is the first person to wing bingo through market manipulation. Right, I waited for you to arrive so we could see what the hell this is.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Done, Gwilym.
Oh, yes.
So I think we found Dragoon.
Mmm.
Thank
You can have the
so
armor, love. I'll have what's underneath. She
Wait.
knows you. Oh, well.
Oh, so-
She got your friend there.
So the dialogue was thanks for finding her, Gwilym. So I'm literally having the moment of, wait, dragons.
It's been a while, huh, Martha? Glad to see you looking
Oh, they
well.
know each other.
Oh, sorry, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself.
They have the same accent.
I am Martha, guardian of the Serpent's Grotto. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Princess Gloria.
Well, she can guard my serpent's grotto. The enthusiasm that just drained from your face.
So, ignoring what Spook said and acknowledging the important part of that sentence, Gloria the princess. Like,
Yeah, we knew that.
yeah, but hasn't her kingdom like been defunct for ages?
Yeah, but everyone still knows she's a princess. We went to the desert place and they still knew her as Princess Gloria because she knows the royal family's there.
Okay,
She
it's just
still
it's
knows.
just because it's been a long time, I think.
No.
How do you know my name?
Oh, Master Gwydion told me all about you and about your quest for the crystals.
Would it be possible to speak with him myself?
Of course. I'll show you in, if you'll follow me.
Spook's a furry. That's old news, Core. Yo! It is so cool!
Master Gwydion, Adele's here to see you, and Princess Gloria is with her.
So at what point in development do you think somebody went, no, we're not allowed to call him Bahamut, this isn't Final Fantasy anymore?
His name's Barry
Thank you,
His
child.
name's Bahamut.
That's better. Go with that one.
Long time no see, Gwydion.
Not so long that my debt to you has been forgotten. Thanks once again for your aid.
He looks very cool.
So she saved a dragon.
Yeah, he's very cool. I like him a lot.
I bid you welcome, children of men.
We are humbled, Master Gwydion. You do us a great honor in granting us an audience.
So, I hear you were asking for me. Is this about what I think it is?
If you speak of the so-called judgments being passed upon the people of Rheimdall in my name, then it is indeed.
You just need to. Can you zoom in?
Enhance. For those who aren't sure what happened there, I just very calmly pointed on the screen to Spook that our little friend Gwillem is down there next to his papa.
Just on the left-hand side of his wing.
I was just like, you probably haven't even noticed. There he is.
My words no longer reach the Archbishop. What drives him to such acts of folly, I know not.
Demands.
I swore, when first Rheimdall was founded, never to interfere directly in affairs of state. Yet I cannot stand idly by, while those who honor me with their worship suffer. I would ask, therefore, that you act in my place. Please, Adele, put a stop to this ere the madness deepens.
Well, I don't mind offering a helping hand. What do you guys think?
I can hardly say no after you dropped everything to help me and mine out back in Wiswall, can I? I'm in.
The fire crystal is involved. I have an obligation to act.
Simba's like, I'm a sim. I'll do it.
I am also here.
We are in your debt, children of men. In return, I will do all that I can to aid in the recovery of the crystal. Gwillem will go with you. I pray that he might be of use.
It's dangerous to go
Because he's-
alone. Take this.
Because he's fucking annoying and I don't want him around here.
Take this.
No.
It will help you.
Don't give us your child to babysit. Thanks.
What are you making that face for?
Now listen here now!
You can't even fly yet.
His accent in comparison to his dad.
I may be small, but I'm a dragon. A dragon! I'll make myself useful, you'll see.
Oh, the scrap iron man's here and all.
Here he comes. Brace yourself.
I should have waved my knob out the window at him. To bag her off.
It's like we've met for the first time again. Hearing the scrap iron call through Pat's mic and going, wait, you live in Birmingham?
And Stangy has been summoned by the scrap iron man. Apparently.
Hi, Sanji.
The dwarf in him was like, oh, someone's stealing me iron.
I'm a bloody dragon.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're less of a bickering, you two. The more the merrier, I say.
Get in the bag.
Would that I might offer
Bag him.
more direct aid, but alas, my life nears its end. The next time I venture forth might be my last. My body grows weak with age. Even leaving this cave wherein I dwell might prove too much. And though the healing herbs Adele did so kindly offer unto me when last she was here have helped delay the inevitable, I fear it can be held at bay only a little longer.
He's going to die at the end of this chapter.
Yeah, that's
Please,
sad.
Master Gwydion, you mustn't.
Grieve not, child. None may escape the hand of fate. Not even I.
Yes, Master Gwydion. Oh, it's late. Why don't you all stay the night?
There he is again. He can't see because he's behind Spook.
Good.
There's a little baby. He's like, how he's at the back. I can't see shit.
As you can see, the place is quite comfortable.
Will you all get out of the way, like?
Oh, come on, you have to stay. A sleepover, it'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Something tells me no might not be the right answer.
Why would we refuse anyway?
Yes, Elvis.
Oh, please.
I did wonder who that
don't
bed
have to be
belonged to.
polite. It's just, well, I could do with a company, to be honest. We barely ever get any visitors, especially not big, strong boys like you. Come on.
Fear. Did you see Simba recoil? Mommy?
Come again?
If you insist.
Can you, Martha?
What exactly is happening here?
This is happening. Come on, fight me.
She is a dragoon! She's pulled out a lance! The accent ruins her looks. Wow. Stangy not a fan of the Welsh.
Crikey, I did not see that coming.
She is a dragoon! We do get dragoon after all!
Clearly
Where
you'll
was
know
she
one end of a
concealing
weapon
that?
from the other. And I don't often get the chance to keep my hand in. Don't want to get rusty, do I?
Seriously, just go along with it. It'll be much quicker that way.
The tail is moving,
Hmm.
so that's not armor.
Oh, I'll give you a minute to get ready, shall I?
Aw. Kill her.
Take her, Asterix.
Take her heart. There's little William.
Look at me, so little. Little William. Well said. What if somebody takes us too far, she insists? Oh, if we gotta fight a dragoon, she's gonna have jump.
Yeah.
How the hell are we supposed to hit her?
Wait.
Look at me, so little. Well, we did save before this.
We did. We can always just skip the cutscenes.
Well, ready for a little play fight? Okay, don't hold back. I'm certainly not going to.
This is like a dream come true. We're going to fight this woman and then we get to take her clothes. And it's allowed.
Right then, let's have some fun, shall we?
Ho, ho, ho. Why is it silver? Who did you kill for that?
Okay.
And did she just stab just immediately?
It's because the dragon she's working with is silver, I guess.
Some of his shed scales.
Yeah, I'm going to assume shed scales.
Right, come on then, Blue. Tactical mind. Time
Oh
to go.
boy. Well, let's start establishing things.
What's the plan?
Fire, wind, sword, and bows.
Is that wind?
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember wind being purple.
Or is it shadow? Regardless, I don't think we can do either of those damage types.
Right.
Interesting that fire is on there.
Right, let's get it started then.
Defender.
So is it going to be Elvis doing a lot of his singing to begin with? Oh, she can actually go in rage now.
Yes.
I want to turn the battle speed down a tad.
Of course. Because things tend to happen and we go, the fuck was that?
Lend us your power.
You rang?
Halting, okay.
So probably sing and see if we can raise our evasion or something. Should be right through your
Damage.
things.
Let's see if we can up to it, shall we?
Is she berserk?
Yeah, she's got the claw symbol.
Oh, we'll have the option to actually attack with her. So wow, that was 1,000. How much health has she got?
55,000.
Okay, I mean, still. Reprisal. I put up this blue sparkly. That
Big swiping attack. That was still very fast, even though we weren't on that higher setting. Hi, Buzz! You
Hello,
missed
hello.
the dragon!
Yeah. So now you just called Woz. Just a little cure topper.
little
No,
topper.
it doesn't need to be cure, just a little cure.
Just a little.
Just a little one.
Let me help you.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
Nailed it. Bah!
Oh!
What?
The thing that popped up over her that said rage and reason. Maybe that's why we can actually do it now.
Cool.
Even though I don't think that's a passive we had.
Oh yeah, no, look! Yeah, go into 0000.
Oh!
Everything's free. Time to do the big attacks. Where's that pressure point?
Pressure point.
Let's see how you deal with this.
Oh!
Nice!
That was free.
That did not cost any BP.
Wait, so if you braved 3 times,
We could do that 3 times because it costs BP points to use.
that'd be about 10k damage. That's insane.
He's got his special. Oh no,
No, he
sorry.
hasn't.
Defender of the people, I'd say. Defend everybody.
So we haven't really taken. She's been doing AOE hits though, so it's not been helpful at the moment. Hopefully, if she does single target, it helps. Oh, there you go. Now she did something.
Very well.
Maybe it's only a percentage chance. I don't know. And now she's unberserked.
Unberserked. Not calm. Not normal. She's unberserked.
Overheal. Okay.
Up the speed attack. It's just. Alright. Alright. Clicking on everything. Yeah, okay. Oh,
There's the
there you
jump.
go.
Okay.
So, this is where we now have to defend everybody.
Not bad.
Only 1500, that's not a lot. I suppose you want to start chucking some black magic out then. Can you do some fire augers and start burning the
Let's see
bitch?
how she fares with this.
Nice.
Very nice.
So, Vent Fury, and then... pressure points. Ooh.
Extreme powerful fire imbued physical attack.
Alright.
This will shut you up.
Oof.
That's pretty nice.
6,000.
That was pretty nice.
So Gloria's going to do the healing in a sec.
I'm noticing that our Defender of the People doesn't appear to be blocking things. And I think it's
No.
because she's doing a lot of AoE hits. It doesn't
Yeah.
apply to attacks that attack all
Just
enemies.
hit her back then.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Attack her back.
I think maybe Bodyguard.
Well, no,
is-
because that's still not going to do anything.
that's
is
still
it?
not gonna-
Just hit her. Fuck her up.
This is unfortunate. And I think even with going for axe instead of shields, this class just doesn't actually work well with attacking. So when it's like, well, you can't defend, it's like, oh, it's a bit pants.
Well, we can still do a little bit of chip damage here and there, so...
Holy spirits, heal me.
Thanks for bailing me out.
That's the defense down. It's actually called Sonic Thrust as well. That's very funny. It's a Dragoon ability in FF. It's literally just using the same names.
Primordial forces consume you.
Phase shift.
You're just as strong as I hoped you'd be. Which means I'll need to give it all I've got. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Ready or not, here I come!
Here I go.
Okay. only from like the first sort of like third of her health.
Still berserked, so... you want to... I'd say brave, yeah, and just go nuts.
So I
While
did.
berserked, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
because the
get-
thing about a pressure point ignores defaulting, but she's not actually defaulting.
Do the
at moment.
flames on. The flames on. Just keep. We've got it. Only got it for a turn, so missed. Counter savvy.
Counter savvy! Counter savvy!
Here's fucking hell. How much was that? Here's 24k a day.
Another phase change.
Get wrecked.
Oh!
It's not often I get to really challenge myself.
We found the strap for this fight.
And now it's time for my favorite part, the big finish.
Oh no, the money shot. Jesus.
Holy crap! We must have done about 50k damage.
We did over 6k 4 times in one turn. That's 24k.
So we just need Adele to get her BP points and then do that again. We found the combo of
Well-
counter savvy with the fire thing. This is just specifically for this character of they're weak to fire and they counter physical, but she ignores physical counters. That's such a very specific
Use
thing.
some white magic here with this guy because he's not as useful in this fight. So
Holy spirits heal you. That was a close one, eh?
To arms. Sacred powers restore you.
Blue, your quick math sometimes amazes me. Yep.
I said it was probably 50,000 because we'd only done about 6,000 damage before then, and she has 56,000 health. So I don't know. I didn't look at the numbers, I looked at the health bar. But I don't know why I'm trying to justify myself because, yeah, I'm shit at maths and I don't care. Deal with it. Problem? Problem?
Maelstrom of magic assail you.
And that wasn't a lot. You alright? So,
No, I'm just sort of like thinking about things. But, I mean, again, it's kind of hard to judge the last fight because the last fight we went into, we weren't properly spec'd. Whereas literally, I was like, oh, there's probably going to be a fight in here. Let's properly spec for it, and it was fine.
I must endure.
Primordial forces consume you!
That was a crit. We love crits on the magic.
Just ping her. Just give her a hit.
She's got 3 BP.
That's fine. Yep, there we go.
Here she goes.
Not a lot. Not a lot. Really not a lot.
Not a huge amount, honestly.
Right, so again, we're just going to do Max Brave.
So we
Max Brave. That's it. Vent Fury. And then we're just going to do the fire attack all over again.
And we win.
With
Only
the
needed to
first
do
one.
one. There you go. Could also just be because we're fucking level 40 now because of how much grinding we're doing as well. But we're getting all of these, ooh, honey sandals. We're getting a lot of these passives now that are very powerful.
Float or speed?
Dragoon Asterix!
On Adele.
Yes! Give to me. Yes! Spear wielders are also able to leap into the air and come down with a resounding bang jump. And Spirit Surge, powerful physical attack on an enemy that will heal the amount of user's HP and MP based on the damage inflicted. Ooh,
Nice.
Self-sustain.
That's very nice.
Dragoon! We love Dragoon!
No!
Oh, go have a cold shower.
With her, sure.
So you've the Dragoon Asterisk, eh? No wonder you're such a handful.
The Archbishop gave it
One
to
of
me
the
when
easier
I
boss
got
fights we've had.
Gideon better. But it's yours now.
Oh, wait, you don't have to just hand it over, you know. Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. I can look after this place without it just fine. And something tells me you'll have far more use for it than I will.
Well, if you
Lickety-lim,
insist,
lickety-lim.
we'll make the most of it, don't you worry.
The people of Rheimdall think of Master Gwydion as a power beyond question. Right back to the age of our ancestors, he's been worshipped as a saviour. And the Archbishop is the Lord of Dragon's mouthpiece. To all intents and purposes, his words are Master Gwydion's.
Which
But it's not
means
working
that
like
those
that right
who go
now.
against those words can be sent to take the leap of faith and blamed for their own lack of belief if they die in the process. A very neat method of getting inconvenient people out of the way.
I'd like to do something about it, but I'm the Master's guardian. I can't be away for too long, especially with him in the state he's in.
What does your job entail exactly?
The Guardian is specially selected by the Archbishop to watch over the Serpent's Grotto. This place is sacred. The townspeople aren't allowed anywhere near it. But the odd traveller or monster wanders in from time to time, and someone needs to be here to deal with them.
So you're out here all on your own? Must get lonely.
It's the only way to keep prying eyes away, sadly.
Ah, you poor thing.
Anyway, since I can't come with you, can you promise you'll help the people of Rheimdall for me?
Sure. We'll do everything we can.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Right, it's getting very late indeed. I think it's time we all turned in for the night, don't you?
I like Martha.
Really? I like her as well.
For different reasons.
Yeah, for different reasons, obviously. Yeah, obviously, it goes without saying.
See? Stage that I volunteer as tribute to stay and keep company. Same. There could be a whole host of
You'll make sure everything gets
volunteers.
sorted out in Rheimdall, won't you?
You bet we will. There has to be someone in town who's as worried about what's going on as we are.
Oh, why does everything involving humans have to be so complicated?
Humans!
Humans so bloody,
Humans!
so bloody complicated, like.
I know, right? So, let's not make them more complicated. This time, while we're in town, you stay in the bag.
Stay in the bag!
But be gentle shoving me in there, will you?
Nope.
Yeah. It'll only be for a little while.
Oh, one more thing. It's about Gladys, the girl who works for the Chief Inquisitor. Her parents parents were priests, but they got caught up in all the panic about the fairies a while back, and, well, they died.
They died.
Oh.
Poignant remark.
She thinks it was fairies that killed them. That's why she volunteered to become the Chief Inquisitor's assistant.
Ah.
It's also why she's so hungry for revenge.
I had no idea.
But if she knew the truth about what's been going on, maybe she'd see sense. So please, you have to do this for her sake too.
We can't promise anything, but we'll do what we can.
Just the NPC being like, please don't kill her.
No promises.
I'm sure you'll sort everything out. Let's have a drink of something nice and fiery to toast your success when we see each other next.
Elvis.
I've got just the
He's like,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Now you're talking my language. I'll hold you to that.
Ugh, I should have known better than to introduce you two.
All right, let's head back to town.
Take care out there.
And then they had many babies.
Willem!
Oh, give us Martha. Willem, you stay look after your dad.
Hey, the dragon, look at the dragon. Voz, look at the dragon. Look at the big dragon.
Press the right analog stick.
Yes, we got this. The snuggly dragon.
Look.
Oh, look at him! He got any snacks to tell I'm starving here.
Here's some mini cheddars. Shut up.
Yay. Sorry, why don't you have my bag and have another nap to pass the time instead? I can't, I'm too hungry. I think I got some dried meat somewhere. Ooh, that's considerate. You have my gratitude, a child of man. Perhaps you enjoy the honour of holding me a while. Wait, what are you? Aha, nothing like a bit of alfresco dining, eh? Never knew dragons were so cuddly.
Is he really?
Hugs. Why don't you hold him for a little while? You're okay with that, right, Willem?
What?
Knock yourselves up. I mean, do as you please, children of man. He's trying to maintain an air of importance. This is what a baby dragon feels like. Proper soft, aren't I? Not that I'm one to boast, of course. Would you like to hold an Elvis?
Pass the child.
Pass the baby. Oh, if we're all having a go then. Hang on, oh, he's like a soft wee pillow. You just want to wrap your arms around him and have a nice long sleep. God, those plushies. Adele, I want to go back in the bag now. Adele!
Hold
Look
the
at him,
child
he's so
fervently.
little. I know. I 100% guarantee that if this franchise had been more popular, there would be plushies of this, like official ones. I'm sure that someone probably made like a fan-made one. But I feel like if this franchise got more popular, they'd have made like official plushies of him.
Doug!
Hi, Doug.
The dragon is Welsh,
Yes, the dragons are Welsh.
and so are other people here. I miss Martha.
Don't worry, she's with us in spirit. I'll change Adele into a dragoon. That'll make you feel better.
What's the dragoon stuff? What does the hand sandals do?
Speed boost.
Okay. I was
Speed
wondering if it
sandals.
was speed or float.
Oh, sorry,
Charm
Charm resistance
resistance.
hat, which Elvis is currently wearing.
Ah, nice. And ice fire shield. Oh, nice.
Water and fire resistance, and also just a good shield.
Nice. Oh, we need to change everyone's job now because we're going back to
Yes.
grinding.
Well, especially now that we've got a new one, a new class. Get out of here.
Cheat.
Need them as a plushie. Yeah, I'm cuddling some of my Cobalt plushies.
Some of.
Some of.
Not all of.
Yeah, I have more than 2. I'm cuddling 2 of them. I have more. Alright, back again.
Well, that's dragoon then. Oh.
Hmm?
Oh, of course, because we did a side quest. Dragoon's further up the list.
Yeah, this was an optional class that we've picked up. It was the first optional class that we encountered in the entire game. You'd think we were nearly halfway through the game. We only had 1 optional class.
Well, what's we got then? What we got? We got jump.
We get jump level 1.
Sonic thrust. It's going to be all the elements.
Cost BP. I'm crushing down the next turn. Powerful physical attack. Sonic thrust, AoE to hit everything. Thunder thrust, lightning imbued on a target. From a powerful attack on an enemy that will heal for amount.
Mm-hmm.
Comeback Kid. All status elements will automatically be removed 2 turns after being inflicted, at which point HP and MP will be fully restored and BP will reduce by 1?
That's the dragon heart type thing.
Ah, that's pretty insanely good.
It's quite good.
Apparently there are plushies, but it seems like none of the dragon Well, like I said, I don't think this game was popular enough for them to justify plushie production. Too much of a cost.
Hang on. No, that's what it's called.
I was like, what? What?
Hang on.
Hang on. Even Standy's upset. Perform a powerful physical attack that can penetrate a default's defense. Sky High performs jump on a random enemy at 0 cost as soon as the battle begins.
Fuck you in particular.
Suffering silence. Perform a physical attack that is effective on silenced enemies.
There you go.
All allies jump up and out of the battlefield and then come crashing down on the next turn, performing physical attacks on random targets.
That costs 3 BP.
That's a big cost, but it's a big attack. Full force. Applying spells or other abilities to multiple targets will increase their effect, including the amount of damage inflicted.
We need to make Elvis.
Elvis has to become a dragoon. He needs that.
Full force.
Spells or other abilities
Yeah.
to multiple targets increase their effect, including the amount of damage.
Put that, and then put someone as a ranger where they do that 5 attacks. 1 to 5 attacks.
Mad.
Or whatever it was.
Spirit Christian perform a quick physical attack on a single target has a good chance of removing their BP. Critical hit is required to take BP to -2.
Nice. And then Brave Front.
So very useful against bosses, because bosses have a habit of storing up 3 BP. Spells or attacks affecting all enemies will inflict more damage the more BP the user has.
So yeah, a good one. Man, I don't know whether you want to just put everybody as a dragoon.
I mean, we can do if you want.
And then we'll just level them all at the same time. Why not?
Wow, his armor is so black you can barely see it.
He's got little cat ears on his head.
They're dragon horns, obviously.
They're cat ears.
They're
He's
very
got
obviously dragon horns.
He's got little cat furry man ears. This is the one we want.
Oh, all of her accents are silver instead of the black accents.
Look at them hips. Holy shit.
Also,
this is very purple though. Dark, but not quite as dark.
And then, yeah, this one, there is purple on it, but it definitely looks more black. The purple is more visible.
Sideburns with his horns.
Yeah, his horns going down the side of his face. It is. I mean, it's dragoon armor, but yeah, it is very reminiscent of several bits of armor that you get in F4. I think, but it kind of does remind me of his name briefly escapes me from Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It does actually fit.
Looks like Cecil's.
It does look a bit like
Cecil
Cecil's.
wasn't the dragoon. He was the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Kane was the
Kane,
dragoon.
yeah, which was very blue.
It was very cyan, wasn't it? Very.
Yeah.
That's why
But
you
like-
liked.
but like, yeah,
you
but-
liked Kane
yeah.
a lot because you were like, look at him, he's blue and he's a dragoon.
Because in FF they literally have Kane's armor, but it's dyeable. So it kind of looks like that armor, but it's been dyed like the dark colors.
Right.
So she gets silver with black accents. So both of the boys get black. She gets all silver. And she gets silver and black. Running down the spine as well. Can't see that on her. So yeah, Spook's gonna have to have a cold shower after stream.
Right, let's go and level these little draglings up.
Draglings.
Here's Gwillem.
Oh, you do in the sun.
What was that, Blue? Hey! Head out into the world, Blue, and go and stab things. I just press Y and just.
Yeah, we got the first.
Just auto.
Yeah,
it.
for the first time, we've got people that are using. Nope.
You want this
Good
bow?
job. Good
No!
job. Good job, game. For the first time, we got people using spears.
Oh, we need JP up as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change out all of the abilities.
No, just the bottom ones. Just make it so that. Actually, do you want me to do that while you go to the toilet or something?
I mean, you can do it just while I have some tea because I've been busy playing the game. I've not been able to drink any of my drink. Because you want to have like the AoE hit everything and stuff, don't you?
Oh no, we don't need that actually because we've got
Because we've given them all spears.
Yes.
So that we can jump.
Was it? Yeah, that one. So that's the setup.
Uh-huh. You got D&D tonight, haven't you, Stranger?
Come here, you. X isn't you.
Fuck that tree. Hello, Nemo. With a party of 4. Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard that you've had people. What the fuck are these lances? Jesus.
You rang?
But those literally are lances, not glaives. Draconics times 4. That's not a lot.
Unless that's because he's already charged.
Oh
up
yeah,
with
maybe. Yeah, maybe it remembers it. Yeah, it looks a lot more purple in this slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leveling time. I mean, you can level in the cave if you want. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be faster or better. This just has the added benefit if you can run to town and use the inn if needed. I hate fighting against these guys because they have physical counter. We unlocked Dragoon!
It was a good day for blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there really isn't a lot of enemies out here, is there?
No.
Hey, you.
So cave might be better because it's more enclosed. I can't run away as far.
Let me see.
There we go, done the setup now, so I can just do X.
There you go. So yeah, Stanley, we were having a fun conversation earlier in stream about quote-unquote retro games. Spook is the same age as Kirby.
One must never
So
stop
Stanley then?
learning.
And when did the Wii come out? You've already forgotten.
2006.
So it's 11 years old. Nope, I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. Because I know, even as I said it, I knew it was wrong.
Oh.
No, that's the boss. Even when I said it, I knew it was wrong.
Maths with an F.
Maths with an F. Don't care. You know what, maybe from now on I'll just do it on purpose. Just because I know it would annoy people even more. I'm just intentionally going to be like, ah, that's like 60! And people are going to be like, no, it's not. Now I'll start doing it on purpose.
That's my excuse. It don't work. Well, you're an engineer. You should know better.
Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't taken a course that is maths based. I am an artiste. I don't need to know numbers.
What's the next topic we're talking about then, Blue?
I'm not sure. I mean, I came up with the retro game topic. Can you think of a topic?
No, I'm the co-host. I'm for you to bounce information off. And to button mash, apparently.
Engineering is based on figuring out how to be lazy.
I'm amazing.
I'm on my own now. And Blue's just gonna stare into your soul. Oh, he won't come back, kid. Yeah, it shouldn't take long to grind through the early levels. Is there a dungeon here? There is a dungeon! Going in the dungeon.
Are we able to actually go in it? Because last time I tried to go into one of these random caves, they were like, no, the plot. There you go. No, the plot must thicken.
Look at little Gwillem!
Look at him! Oh, he's actually with us in the cave! Yeah, Spook cheated at bingo.
I didn't cheat.
You did.
I won.
No, you literally came back up and said, I saw that I needed this, so I purposely went and did this so I could get it. That's cheating.
Still won.
It's won by cheating.
Legitimate.
But yeah, Spook is the first person to win bingo by cheating.
I would have brought Tia.
We've been here for we would have brought Tia, but you specifically also bought biscuits so you could get the 2 points because you needed to. You literally we have the footage. You can't lie. You literally said it on stream.
You would have liked biscuits as well.
You literally said on stream we have the footage of like this is why I've decided. You looked at bingo on your phone, saw you needed those 2 points. Put your phone down and immediately went to go get them. We have the footage of you confessing that you did that. You can't lie.
Yeah, but I would have got you biscuits anyway. Because that's kind of guy I am. Would have been like, Blue would probably like some biscuits about now.
Okay, what's the plan?
Oh yeah, Stanji took a Persona quiz, and apparently the quiz decided that his Persona would be a dragon. Which is...
Well, clearly he lied.
Yeah,
then,
which is
didn't
not
he?
what we expected. So as I said to Stanji, it's like, you can listen to the quiz or not. 99% of people just pick their Persona based on what they like.
Stanji would be a dog.
Stanji said that he would probably be like a bear dog, because I did sort of preface of like remind that you can just pick what your Persona is, and also your Persona doesn't have to be a real thing. So he was like, I might be like a bear dog, at which point I said, so you're a Doshiguma then.
I think he should probably be a knob.
Dragons do have a lot of dwarven attributes. Certain dragons do. The thing about dragons is that they can actually be just anything.
Where are you? You run away from me. Stab you in your butt.
Let's do this.
You can have like, the wise, elderly, serpentine, mystical dragons, and you can have, little teeny tiny gremlin dragons that are basically just kobolds with extra steps.
Stanji's a kobold. Confirmed.
Oh, he got a dragon on the thing. Yeah, dragons can be anything. It's part of the appeal of them. They're very varied.
Ink.
How are we doing already?
Over the sideways bridge to lands of yonder.
This is where we came from. They ride on the staff like a broomstick. It's fun.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Why is the bridge sideways? No, it just is. The bridge is sideways.
It's a bridge for the water.
I pointed it out when we first came into the zone. I opened at the map and I was like, the bridge icon is sideways. Because apparently they couldn't be asked to rotate the bridge icon. Or even make a bridge icon from the front.
Okay then.
We're already on level 6.
Sick.
No, 6.
Has this game had a scouse in it yet? No, because we've just gone for the very stereotypes of essential. We've got Simba, who is a blank wet lettuce, and then we have Gloria, who is British, English, and we've got Elvis, who is Scottish, and Adele, who is slightly Welsh. I feel like her accent doesn't come through as much as the NPCs, but this is where she's from, so evidently she's Welsh. I feel like her accent isn't as thick.
Let's do this.
Hardly worth the bother.
Oh, enjoy the grind.
Gotta remember, Stanji, the games generally like people to be able to understand their NPCs.
Let me see.
That's why you don't get many Slavic games.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Man, I love dragoons.
Man, I love dragoons. Yeah. I loved dragoons before Blue even knew what dragoons are.
So it's just the joke of it, like, you know, because it's obviously the joke is MILF, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm missing out on a lot of conversation here. What are you talking about?
The joke with that is the acronym. It's an acronym t-shirt that says MILF, but underneath it says "Man, I love fish," and that's the joke. But for you, it would say "Man, I love dragons," which means you would have a t-shirt that says "mild" on it. Spook be mild, because he play humans all the time. Spook be mild, man, I love dragoons. He's giving me the look.
I'm glad you've tickled yourself with that one. Letters are fun. Was there a dungeon in here?
No, that's the town.
Was there a dungeon at the back of it, though?
Yes, the mountain.
The mountain?
In the mountains.
Get my way.
It probably would have been better to go back to the Dragon Cave, because this one has that annoying thing where occasionally the storms blow and it just makes moving around really slow. Like that. Just makes it annoying, so it probably would have been better to just go back to the Dragon Cave for grinding rather than
My
this
hope
one.
was to find one that has easier enemies, because JP that you get is pretty unanimous. It's a bit of a shame. Alright.
If you want to go somewhere easier, then you can go back to the forest.
Yeah, I suppose.
I felt like the ones in the Ice Plains weren't like too hard. It's just it's just annoying because they have counter. And there's Stanji making a D's Nuts joke just because the tone of the stream wasn't low enough already.
Well, he's short.
Welcome back, Rex.
Hello?
Housekeeping!
Enemies, please.
Dog! I don't recognise these enemies. Did you come in here when you were doing that grinding session?
Yes.
You identified them?
Yes.
You don't sound very confident.
I'm always confident. Dog. Time to die, doggy.
Oh.
Guess it's my turn.
Ugh.
Yes, it's a Cerberus and a Spigus.
Spigus.
Let us continue on our way.
Deadus.
The auspicious purple flowers. Can't cross that water for reasons.
Because purple water.
Oh, those flowers are poisonous.
We've outmaneuvered them. You rang?
Sky! It's Sky Poo.
What?
Still poison.
This is also not a good place to be leveling.
It's fine, it's only a bit of poison. I gotta heal up every so often anyway. Come here, you!
We've outmaneuvered them. Okay then, on to the next one.
Hardly worth the bother.
76 JP per time. Ran into the back of him.
Yeah.
He
I
fell
mean,
over.
you hardly need the advantage, to be fair.
Okay then. Sorry, pal. Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Another rod of ice. Behind it. Go on then, Blue. Entertain us with your conversations.
You rang?
Nope. I ended up digging up half my garden yesterday. It looks like a battlefield. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my earlier theory, Stanji, that maybe there was actually just another building in your garden and they demolished it, but they just did a bit of a crap job. Apparently, Stanji kept just like digging up bits of masonry and rubble and stuff in his garden.
What are you digging in your garden for? It just needs cutting. Oh, of course he's tunneling.
He's a dwarf, he can't help it.
Let's dig. Let's dig. Diggy diggy hole.
Dig hole, dig hole. There's chest! There's chest! You missed!
Shut up, Blue. You're not funny.
Spook gets angry when I do that because he likes to think he's unique and a free thinker. He gets angry when I say the same thing as him. So you're gonna find a dead body in his place is gonna be marked as a historical landmark. my brain immediately just went, what, in Coventry? I don't think so.
Oh, you missed.
It's better if I jinx Spook because it proves that I dragged down his IQ. Listen, Spook doesn't like it when he gets jinxed by anybody, because as I said, he likes to think that he's a cool, independent, free thinker, and he hates to think that he thinks the same as other people, even though evidently he does.
No, it's just testament that you are rubbing off on them.
I would hope so.
Be vigilant, everyone.
I think that's the
Very
point.
well. Heroes are our weakness. Another foe vanquished. Hardly worth the new power.
Suffer in silence.
Suffer in
That's
silence.
8. We've got 4 more to go, and we've finished Dragoon already, and then we don't have to play it anymore.
Yeah, so we're leveling up all of these classes pretty fast now. Little Willem following us around.
What we got for dinner tonight, Blue?
Leftover sausage casserole, which I will need to bulk up with something. There isn't as much left as there was.
Rice. Chips.
I don't know, it's got probably just...
Mashed potato?
I could do mash. I was probably just going to do chips, but I could do mash if you prefer.
Mash would be nice.
Alright, I'll do some mash.
Okay then.
Okay then.
Let us continue on our way.
In the back.
And about that.
What's chat been up to today?
Yes, what's everybody been up to on their weekends? So we talked a lot about retro games because we went to an arcade yesterday. And that is why that topic came up. Also, strangely, we have discovered that there is an arcade about 15 minutes away from us. Only a small one, but it's still nice.
Come here, you!
I was having a family, so that's why I woke up.
Okay then.
And I said, you had a look. Yeah. Is it just me? Or...
No, this is how I talk to him.
Oh, okay. Okay. I literally said, we went to an arcade.
We thought of an arcade.
It's about chips and getting hungry again. You just ate. Making streams and chilling. Fair enough, that's what weekends are for.
Hardly worth the bother.
Yeah, I spent most of yesterday chilling. We went to the arcade, I came back, and then I chilled out some more. I had a very chill Saturday. It was very nice. Spook has been soaring upward for a shelf.
I have been doing man things.
My game was loud, I only heard the first bit. What you playing? Are you playing ZZ again?
Your tale ends easy.
ZZ. I was in ZZ Top, the band.
Technically, it's 3 Zs, but it's easy to just say the 2.
ZZZ.
Yeah, so I just say ZZ. It stands for Zenless Zone Zero. That's the full name.
It's a weed game.
Yes, it is.
How did I possibly guess
It's a
that?
weed gacha game.
God.
Go on a cruise this Tuesday, so I'm not home all week. You go on holidays a lot, Rex. I feel like you've been on a holiday almost every month that you've been in the community. You've only been here about 4 months and been away about 4 times. That's quite a lot.
Sometimes I
You
go
like to
away
travel.
to the toilet. Here's my holiday.
We literally talked about this yesterday. Of like, we
Wait, hold the phone. Did you read that screen?
I did not. Why? What? What was on it? What did it say?
Where's Beastmaster?
I did not read what it said. Why? Use your words! Oh. Ah. in a fucking echo chamber. Someone needs to clip that. We're getting married this year. Oh, I think that explains why.
Why everything?
I've just realised because I was wondering why Adele was able to control her berserk. It must be a passive specialty thing rather than an ability. So I was like, she doesn't have any abilities that lets her do that. It must be a specific thing for if you have berserker maxed out. Because it didn't do it on the last one. So if you equip her with berserker and read the specials, it might actually say.
Outmaneuvered them. I'm amazing.
I think my mom is more for travelling. True. Well, you're a child, so you have to go with her. Cruise is going to be in the Netherlands, Germany, UK, and France. Hopefully the weather's alright. I mean, the forecast for next week is not good.
Well, doesn't really matter if you're on a cruise ship because you're used to getting wet out there. There's a lot of water.
I don't think you've ever been on a cruise before. I know it's a boat, but it's not that kind of thing. To be fair, though, cruises are one of those weird ones where it's like, we're going on a cruise and we're going to go to all these countries, and it's like, right, are you actually going to disembark off the ship? Or no, because the holiday is the cruise. And it's like, okay, so you're only technically going to these countries.
We're going boating.
You only technically are in their ocean. Some cruises you do disembark, but I know that there are some that don't. They just sail by them, and I'm like, okay, so you just went on a boat. You didn't go on a cruise to somewhere. You just went.
You missed that.
Yeah, I did. I keep missing stuff.
You did. Willem didn't.
He's a good little boy.
With a little breath.
Aww. I did wonder, because he's actually an assistant now, but I was like, we're killing stuff too quick, so he's not getting a turn in. Look at him running around. He does look a little bit like a little rat in the sewer. We go off the ship. In all of those locations? I know some, as I said, some cruises you don't. Some cruises don't disembark. Some do, some don't. It depends.
Experience orbs. Chest.
Chest. We have unlimited food on the ship. Yeah, the appeal of cruises is that most cruises, I think, are all-inclusive. It's very hard to get a cruise thing that is like, oh, you're just paying for your room, but you've still got to buy food. It's like, well, you're on the ship, so you can't exactly get your food from anywhere else, so they just have it as all-inclusive.
I might ruin the illusion here for you, Rex, but I don't believe the ship has unlimited food. I think every time that it docks, it takes on more food.
You know what they mean! You know what they mean!
The boat's got unlimited food! There must be a secret farm compartment.
You know what they mean!
I'm amazing.
What they mean is that it's essentially all-inclusive of they can just go up and get food. It's probably included in the price.
What the hell is that thing? A slimy lizard thing. Kill it.
I mean, you could examine it and find out what it is. Gold goyle!
Ooh!
It's made of molten gold. You haven't been...
There you go, it's a gold
It's a demon.
It's a corpse. There we go.
It's not a corpse because it's made of gold. It means it's just an object. Just a pile of gold.
I was going to say something about
Just a pile of gold.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
I don't know if I've actually been here before.
I don't think you have. Well, I mean, a good indication was that none of the stuff got identified. They've not been properly identified. You can brave the magnify.
Yes, I'm aware.
Thank you.
Horse.
Ponce.
It's a guy.
That was a piece of cake.
Is that supposed to be a dad joke? Well, I am technically old enough now. So, maybe.
Well, a dad joke is just a spook joke.
Don't say that. Don't say it. That's worse.
So it wasn't even a joke. It was just Spook being his usual sarcastic spell of going, actually, the food is not unlimited. Like, we know.
Actually,
we know.
Fuck you.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Nearly 10. Already. Just from... It's a fucking Jump!
Yeah, you've not been here.
We are dragoons!
Jump!
Let me jump!
Willem's got wings! Although they did just say he can't
They're
fly.
multiplying.
They just said he can't fly, so never mind. Speaking of, jumping.
Oh, you can't brave and do that. Because she just instantly fucks off as soon as you press it the first time. She's just gone.
she just left.
These are all single targets.
Sonic Thrust is the AoE one, I believe. Bop, 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 bop. Chantel's just gone. Shania. And she come back. I just wanted to see what Jump's animation was like, but I didn't even get that.
What do you mean? She fucks off. What did you expect?
Whee!
Actually.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Stanji's the same age as me, which means that he could also do dad jokes if he was funny.
Our quest must go on.
10! I'll just get him to 12. Just to
I mean,
finish.
if we just go through this dungeon because you've not been in there and found stuff, you're probably just going to hit 12 naturally.
Yeah, that's true. Alright! Ooh!
Enjoy preparing for your stream. I hope your stream goes well. We have dinner soon.
That's slightly annoying. I didn't mean to do that.
Whoops. It's fine. That was 1,000 on a crit. That's pretty good.
Enemies! Yeah!
Hello, oogie woogie woo.
Called it.
Captain.
Who's actually been examined?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck you. Doubting me.
They did doubt you. I'm sorry. I apologise.
Where the fuck do we go?
Oh.
Ooh!
Ooh! Oh, we haven't checked the boat in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you want to leave? You don't want to walk out and grind? Okay.
Nah. I want to go somewhere that's probably got slightly higher damage in enemies, because I think these are a little too weak for him.
I mean,
How quickly
you can probably go back to the snow zone. Or just go back to the dragon cave.
How did you see me coming? Cheating.
Spider sense. Literally called spider sense. How come now that we've taken the crystal away, this place hasn't gone back to normal? Why is this big tree still here? It's not supposed to. It's Rheimdall, I believe.
No.
Oh, check the boat, lady.
Boot.
The Boat. As I kept saying last night. Me and Kel's playing Two Kingdoms. We have to fix the Boat.
Bow at where?
Yeah, maxed out.
Oh.
At the top.
We've got loads of side quests.
Oh, yeah, there's side quest people here. Get out the way!
Hello?
What's the point of letting you go fishing?
Beat some Flanburrows.
Flanbero! Oh, that's plot.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you heard?
Uh-oh.
Hello. Shit.
Hi, we're a bunch of dragoons.
I came for my boat.
You turn out to be one of those winged nuisances. Sounds like we need to hurry.
Get him in the bag! Get him in the bag!
Stop! No! How many times I'm in it?
We
Oh,
shall let the
shit.
little dragons
Ooh,
be
fuck.
the judge of that.
I think we're about to have a fight.
Uh-oh.
Bishop Helio, wait.
Have you forgotten all the donations our brother here has made to good causes? Why would he, of all people, be working for fairy kind?
You dare call the judgment of your chief inquisitor into question? Not that I am surprised. If my informants are correct, this is not the first time you have done so. Is that not so, brother?
Me? I...
Might I remind you that to refuse to share knowledge of a sin is to be complicit in that sin?
Yes, I heard her. She was talking about how the judgments are madness and how you're awful and mistaken and wrong.
Oh boy.
Have others witnessed suspicious behavior, perhaps? Strange goings-on by moonlight? The surreptitious spreading of wings well hidden? Come, do not be afraid to speak. Your silence on the matter is what the fairies desire.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see something.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-oh.
What?
And you, brother? Have you anything to offer? A few words could go a long way to lifting suspicion from yourself. Have courage, friend. Speak the truth.
Yes, I saw her. She was flapping her wings and...
That's a lie! Why are you all doing this?
I think we had better have a little talk, don't you? Gladys, take the suspect into custody.
I really want to fight her, but I'm really not spec'd for this fight right now.
You're coming with me, traitor. No! Let me go!
Stop! This is crazy!
Oh no, a furry.
This is none of your business,
Scaly.
outsider. The people of Rheimdall don't lie. They know what they saw.
Perhaps we should ask them their opinion. Well, brothers and sisters, have you any objections? Feel free to speak your minds. I think that settles the matter. But... Take her away.
And then they had a... Oh, okay. Thank God for that.
Thank goodness.
We need to help her.
A nice enough sentiment, laddie, but I wouldn't be so quick to go rushing in.
Something on your mind?
Helio wasn't looking at the man they had accused at all. His attention was on Margaret from the start. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
Yeah, he did switch immediately.
Yeah.
After all along.
It was just a bait and switch.
Interesting. Maybe if we ask around town, someone can tell us something.
Oh, that was actually somewhat lucky because we almost ended up going into a story fight.
Special flavour. Collect some horsetail buds. Alright.
In the meadows of Halcyonia, that's all the way back at the start.
Fucking...
We're going to the boat first. Don't talk to them, they're part of the story. We're gonna go do boat.
Uh...
Alright. You have to be still. It's all the way up top. Yeah, you have to be still in order to...
What do you want? What are you wrong? I don't understand girls, don't we all? See how the girl is doing.
Difficulty 1 star. Okay, just go talk to someone.
Talk to girls. Hello?
Hello. And Snow White.
This is part of the same quest. Oh, right. This is the... You only had to walk up some stairs. Jealousy. Alright. In here? Hello. My boat crashed. Stop. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. No, that's experience.
That's XP.
No.
Less useful.
Yes.
JP Orb. A booster bun.
Okay.
Some money.
A grand.
Less useful.
Ooh.
Yay, let's go.
Right, go again. Right, let's use some of the orbs. Ponder the orb. Items. Right.
Yeah, they're all even at the moment, so you can just give them like 1 each of the little ones. And give them all each a medium as well.
Boom.
Almost at max level.
Damn, them large ones give a fuck ton.
Yeah, they're good, they are.
Okay, back down we go. Excuse me.
Excuse me, Pammy. Should probably save.
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside and say, you.
Might be talking to this other girl. Which other girl does she mean? There's 15 or 16! Wow, the little player.
What?
15 or 16!
Blue doesn't even know 15 or 16 girls.
Kinda don't, isn't it? Kinda don't.
Now we leave. Item.
We do. Okay.
Save on full health. So that way when you come back.
I would have just gone to the inn.
I wouldn't. Because I don't like paying people.
But then we have to buy tents.
We can find tents.
I mean, we don't.
We could.
Okay.
You're just bitter.
I'm not bitter, I'm confused. There's a difference. Where are you going?
I don't know.
Because if you're going to go to Halcyonia, then you definitely need to fast travel.
Where was the dungeon?
It's that one up there, I believe.
Ooh. All the way. All the way. All the way.
Argument about having the inn is intense. Very funny.
Hey, cool. Zwoosh. Where are the enemies at?
A good question.
Blue, you freaking lied to me. There's a sod all here. There's one! I see you, Velvis!
She spawned after you left!
Come here, Velvis! Do not run from me! I'll bum you in a corner.
Don't do that.
You rang?
We examine these?
Yes, I believe I examined them the first time.
Hardly worth the
Someone's getting stronger.
Right, more please. Please, sir, I want some more.
We must make the most.
How long is it going to take you to do the spuds? Ooh!
20 minutes to half an hour.
Hardly worth the bother.
You have time to boil and be nice and soft. We are not the ones who have D&D tonight. I briefly forgot when I wrote the plan on the meal thing, which is why I initially put pizza, because I was like, pizza is quick to cook for D&D, and I was like, oh wait, we're alternating.
You are about to witness my true power.
Yeah.
We must not grow complacent.
So it's just more leveling. Pretty cool that we got this asterisk maybe half an hour ago and it's already nearly max level.
Yeah, with the speed up, it doesn't actually take too long to grind in this game, which is nice. So it gives you the option to actually try out stuff.
Yeah, which is good because I think a lot of our power is now coming from having the variety in like the passives that we're mixing and matching together.
That's an enemy.
It's a light.
Damn.
Attack the light bulb.
We did say it would be useful when we were doing these levelings to maybe have the Beastmaster passive to maybe catch things.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we will get at some point. But this was just because we haven't leveled that up to with everybody. Yeah. Not everybody's at max with the Beastmaster, but that will be like the next one to go.
Yeah, because we were like, we level up, what was it? We level up Monk, Berserker first so that everybody got the hit everyone ability. Yeah. Then it was Monk so that everyone could have the bare-fisted ability. And then... Oh.
How'd you get down there?
That's a good question.
Check the map.
No, you don't get maps in dungeons. There's a secret walls you can walk through, maybe.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Oh, here we go. This is a down.
It's a down.
So I think, is it Elvis and Adele, or two of them are nearly at level 12.
No big deal. Sorry, pal. No big deal. All right. Let's see. Nope.
Also because we have done a lot of grinding in order to get all of these sub-jobs, our just general level I think is also quite decent. There's no tunnel through there. That's why I'm wondering.
Oh, there's one here.
There's one
okay.
there. That's why I'm wondering, is there a hidden wall? Because we did encounter hidden walls in the last place, but that was kind of to do with the boss of where we were. But we do know that they can exist now.
Oh.
Wall looks different. No, okay. So maybe it's not from this side. Maybe you've got to go back the other way.
Looks like. All right.
Why are you complaining? It's a double thing of we're looking for it and we're grinding. Part of the fun of exploring, finding things.
That was a piece of cake. We've outmaneuvered them.
Did you see that? Bites the dust. I'm amazing.
Go back up this way then.
So that's where it is.
So it leads from a tunnel
So
there.
there's the tunnel. So we gotta go. Oh, it's right there. I just didn't see it from like the perspective. I guess. From here, you can't see it. There you go.
Stab. Stab the ant.
Stab the ant.
We've outmaneuvered them. Nice. I felt that.
Too easy.
Oh, they're nearly there. So nearly. One's gonna have enemies in it.
If you guys want a description of what Spook is doing, I would describe it as smug.jpg. Is what I would describe that as.
Oh, and I called it! Didn't I call it?
Well, that wasn't surprising. I feel like whenever there's two chests next to one another.
You are no match.
So I told you we would find tents in a
Fine.
chest and monsters in a chest. What have we just found? Can you see why I'm always correct?
I'm gonna get that on a
Gaia rod?
Ooh, that sounds like it's good.
Earth.
I'm gonna get that like put on a mug for you, just mild, and then in really small font underneath it, just man, I love dragons.
How much to yeet Archer at Spook? That would be a lot of money because that means we have to educate Blue on how to use to throw it at a JPEG as opposed to herself. And Blue is like, oh,
Yeah, that's just an image.
Alright, everyone's at 11. There's only one more level. This is the last level. Are you okay with saying goodbye to Dragoon?
Oh.
You've nearly done it and we don't need to do it ever again.
No, we should have someone become a dragoon. If Simba being defender is kind of pants, then maybe he should be Dragoon instead.
Dragoon!
Dragoon!
Who's Dragoon?
Dragoon!
Man, I love Dragoon.
Man, I love dragons.
Where are the enemies? Where are the enemies? This is bullshit.
That's very funny. I mean, I'll leave it up to you, hun. Obviously, if you don't want to, but since it's 5, I should go start the potatoes so that dinner can be started. But it's up to you if you want to like keep doing grinding to get them to level 2. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead.
What happened?
What happened? We were not paying attention to that. Do you want to keep going to get them to 12?
Elvis has left the building. Yeah, we can keep going until 1:30. So if you want to go and start,
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine to end stream, or if you want to keep stream up and just chat with people, you can.
No, just keep chatting.
And I'll
till
go
the end.
chop up some potatoes.
This is gonna be fun.
Heal and chop the potatoes.
Oh!
That was his knees. Right. Bye bye, chat.
Let's see if I can get everyone to level 12. Because Blue takes the piss to level up stuff. You alright? What are you doing?
There.
It's just me.
Just Spook. He's not here. It's just Spook.
Oh, there's an enemy down there. Oh, I can't be asked to go down there.
No. Check and see if there's an item that may be Law's enemies.
Lures.
As opposed to an item that repels enemies. I don't know if that exists in this game. It might.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I just wasted a Phoenix down because I mashed the X button.
I don't know why you used a few Phoenix down. Surprise.
This will not take long.
Not on Gloria at the moment, only on Simba, and it wasn't his turn. It's fine, we've got loads of... We'll find one in a chest! I'm getting sick of this place. Let's go somewhere else. Hey, what does this do? Earth magic. Earth attacks do plus 30% damage. I wonder if you can have that as an offhand weapon and then have a main weapon that's like the Earth axe. I wonder if that's a mechanic they've got in this. I know it's technically dual wielding, but never know. Oh yeah, let's have a look and see if there's an item like Blue said. Makes it harder for enemies to spot the party. Deals damage. Nah. Suppose let's raise everybody's stuff up. You have got terrible aim, Adele, considering you're our main damage dealer. Jesus Christ. Restorative power? Why does Adele have such good restorative power? You have no healing. Physical defense is definitely Simba's department. Magical attack is definitely Elvis's, and then everybody needs magical defense, so... I'll do. Okay. Just like the curse stream from before in Blue, wasn't it? I don't really want to go over there. Oh, there's just no enemies. Where are the enemies? Give me something to fight. Yeah, I'll fight the bear. Fuck it. Come here, bear. I'll fight you. Is it just me or did the screen go red then for a second? 50. Oh god, this is gonna take forever if you don't give me any enemies. Oh, don't we need to kill these for a side quest?
Prepare to meet your maker.
Maybe, I think we do. I just did it. You know what? We're gonna default. Oh, thank you, Gwillem. Oh, plant food. Oh, I need one more. Seriously. Ooh.
Right, let's see.
Okay then.
There we go. Adele and Elvis have mastered it. Fantastic. Next job for them. Jobs. Started that one. That started that one. A bit of thief. He's got Beast Whisperer. Suppose we could do that one. About halfway. Oh, he's at 1,000 out of 1,940. That's convenient. Oh, we stopped it with like one battle to go for Picton, man, so that's funny. Not fighting him. He's a dangerous enemy. Thank you, camera. I love to look at the mountains. Bear, 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 bear.
Guess it's my turn.
Okay, they are just polar bears as well, even though we are not in the polar area. done, Adele. You've mastered another job in as many battles. Next. I just give her a brand new thing, or... Not really as useful. Oh yeah, fast hands was something we were looking at. There you go, and then we'll just put you as one of them. You'll level that up fairly quick. Aha, there's the last Flan dude we need. Come here! Don't run away from me! I just want to kill you. Thank you. Right, I suppose we'll go and hand this quest in. Oh.
Okay then.
Sorry, pal. Hardly worth the bother.
I do wonder if we'll actually be able to level all of the jobs up before we get a new job. You know, like we've just done Dragoon, or we're about to have just done Dragoon. So before we get whatever the next job is, whether it's that woman that we beat, or the priest dude, or Archbishop, or whatever, before we do them, I wonder if we'll have like managed. I wonder if we'll outpace the leveling. Possible, I suppose. You down there? You, mate. You. Support in wolf form has arrived. Unfortunately, Blue's not here at the moment. It's a whole lot. It's a lot of whales. Yeah, this place is a lot of whales. This is the Welsh place. Mainly massive, great big ones and sharks. We have to watch out for the walruses and polar bears if we want to catch anything. Blah 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 blah. Don't be silly. I wouldn't have it any other way. And an adamant bangle. Nice. All right, a free item. I'll take it. Pity we ain't got like a training room where they can just throw stuff at us, like the Velt from Final Fantasy VI. I suppose we probably should go back to Halcyon. Halcyonia. Horses. Where the frig do... Here. What the hell's here? Oh. Oh. Oh, you are joking me. I've just got to cut grass. Oh, no. There's... Oh, right. Okay. Oh. Let's see what happens if we kill the goblins.
We've got the upper hand, guys.
Oh. Are you alright, Chaotix? Did you pass out on your keyboard? Oh, no. We need to get some help. Quick, someone go to Wales. Wow, you get 28 job points from that. That was a one attack fight.
Guess it's my turn.
Looks like the message I used to spell out with my alphabetic spaghetti when I tip it over. I was asking for a beef steak. Aren't we all? Look at the little rabbit that's following behind us. His name's Gwillem. And he's Welsh too. In fact, everyone from that icy place was Welsh. Stab. Killing rabbits has given Dell the courage to resist. Good to hear. Where is the next one? Is it miles away? It might be miles away. Look at all the enemies that are here. Look at all the enemies that are here in this crap one. Hey, oh boyo. Ah, boyo. Reminds me of my year one teacher, Mrs. Hart. She was Welsh. We used to get Andrew boyo. Oh, we found a round shield. I'm cold next to Blue's window. Because she always leaves things open when she buggers off to another room. Allows everyone in the house to freeze. Hold still, bud. Next. Surprise!
Batten down the hatches. On to the next
A
one,
wolf
okay?
that died. Easy. I thought it was telling us to go to the portal then. I was like, oh, we finally get to use these. Nope.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
No, she's not having a day off. She's gone down to prep the mashed potato. She was literally here about 5 seconds ago. And she was like, do you want to end the stream? And I was like, no, I'll keep going for a bit longer, do a bit of grinding.
I'll drink to that.
It's up there. How do we get up? Oh, just round it. All right. You can hear Blues listening to the music that she heard from one of her furry friends. What are you doing out here? Hello? Is there anything more terrifying than a grizzly and you'll give me a mithril staff? Get rid of the grizzly. Okay, where is he? Which grizzly? Any grizzly? Mash spuds. Yeah, we're finishing off the rest of the sausage casserole and she was like, I need to bulk it out with something. Could have chips, and I was like, could have mashed potato. Eh? The superior form of potato.
Here I go. Sorry, pal.
Hardly worth the bother.
How many bridges have I got to cross? Chips and mash. All the carbs.
That was a piece of cake. We've outmaneuvered them.
Oh, whoops. The stick drift has meant that we get to watch this. Was that on one enemy?
I do not intend to lose.
Oh, what's next? I want
That was on one enemy. Fuck that guy in particular. Alright. Shield Master 5 already. Oh, mega fight against a load of crap enemies. One.
Okay then. Sorry.
Two. Oh, I thought it was against 3. Hey, well done, Elvis. Next. No, I suppose you didn't finish Bard, so yeah, go on then. There's your sub job. Yeah, thanks.
That was a piece of cake.
Where the hell? We need to go to the red quest mark. Where the hell's the red quest mark? Oh, it's over here. Oh, he's just out in the field. Like the song. Yes, next.
I'll drink to that.
Are you actually a tough enemy? No, you're not. Thank God for that. I was like, are we about to accidentally fight a boss? Not prepared for a boss fight.
Very well. Your tail
Oh no, he took 2 hits. Thought I just got jumped by people, then it was the party members. Double fight.
We have the upper hand.
All right.
We are not finished yet. Let us continue on our way.
There we go.
New powers
Dragoon mastered.
flow within me.
Next jobs for Simba. What has he started that he's not finished? Potentially Black Mage. No, Beastmaster. Definitely Beastmaster. Because we want to get that passive of Beast Whisperer. Magic critical. I wonder if you can crit a heal. Yeah, sod it. But that was a main job. Wonder if we can swap this out for. Let's just put Beast Whisper on. Why not? Might as well put it on everybody, I suppose. Yeah, it's only you that doesn't have it. Okay, yeah, we'll try this. See if we can. Because the more enemies that we capture, if we put Gloria as a main Beastmaster with White as a sub-mage.
I'll drink to that.
Oh.
Hello.
How goes it?
We've Welshed enough that somebody came in.
Hi, bud. How's it going?
Guess it's my turn. All right.
Discovered that I left him unsupervised.
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 Oh, from Boston. Where's this dickhead?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a dickhead.
That's helpful. Have you tried a mirror?
That is my joke, and I knew you were going to say it. And fuck you. I just got some Mithril Staff.
Nice.
From a dodgy dude hid behind a rock.
Probably fine.
We have the upper hand.
Hey, chaotic.
Capturing enemies all over the place now because everyone's got Goblin, got the Whisperer thing. Apart from Simba. He's on his way. Yeah.
Yes, I went to go do some mashed potatoes. They're now on the boil. Chopped and peeled.
I need to win. So.
Okay, back to me, is it?
You can just do XA, XA, XA.
Why are your slippers just here? It is me, return of me. Ah, return of me. And now Spook is gone. Hi. Well, yes, we have done our plot for the day, and we've been doing more grinding. That is how these games be. Jesus, how close to that I need to be? How's your weekend been, friend? That was very efficient.
We've outmaneuvered them.
Did you see that? I'll do nicely. I'm amazing.
Wow. Walked into that one. Doing lots of walking and training. Nice! Nice! I'm sad that the weather is apparently going to be turning bad again this week, because that will not be positive for me to be going for walks. I like going for a walk for fresh air. When it is raining, obviously I do not really see the appeal as much. Ah, Gwillem helped us.
Let us continue on our way. The initiative
Make sure you make up for it with the hike when the weather is nice. Yeah, me and Stanji were going to go hiking next weekend, but it's probably not going to happen now. Clara.
The initiative is ours.
False summer. How does it go again? It's like first winter, false spring, second winter, false summer, actual spring. Setting up OBS for the 8,000 times for the YouTube. Oh my god.
Okay, what's the plan?
So many times. I've actually switched over to OBS now. One of the things I did at the start of the year, stopped using Streamlabs, went to OBS instead. Moving over actually wasn't that hard, because there was literally a setting in OBS when I downloaded it of like, hey, do you want to load up your Streamlabs settings? And I was like, yes, actually. But then I went and made a new avatar, and set up the face tracking. Blah, 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 blah. Lance. And did the background and little cloud border. We got the little avatars that walk around to the bottom of the screen. Well, Willem killed them for us there. He's helping. I mean, honestly, we're attacking them so much anyway. It's not even like I need to do the surprise attack. I just gotta run into them. Hardly worth the bother. OBS is by far the best, I think. Yeah, I've been enjoying using OBS. I'm enjoying using OBS.
Simon that recommended that to you a while ago, wasn't it?
Long time ago. It was a 50-50. This was several years ago. It was basically that Streamlabs probably is slightly more beginner friendly because it has a kind of UI, but eventually you do just run into problems with it of like I'm trying to do something and I can't.
I think you've already pressed X. So press B.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even remember what it was I wanted to do at the time. I think it was the music player. I was in the process of just updating a lot of things. I wanted the stream to look nicer, so I made the new background, and I wanted a new music player, and the music player I found that I really liked the look of just wouldn't work with Stream Elements, so I was like, well, I found the thing. I found the thing that is making me go to OBS. I went to OBS instead. And, yeah, I'm finding it works pretty well. Their inbuilt tools are good for beginners, but there's some something like Stream Elements is well better. Yeah. I actually haven't used Stream Elements. Weird thing is that it like even transferred over all of the sound like notifications and stuff. It was literally magic. I like how they're still all using lances. You haven't bothered to change anybody's weapon.
It doesn't matter when you're grinding. It's working, isn't it?
JRPGs! Yeah, we get slightly less JP from these guys because they're giving us like 30. I thought we were getting like 50 or 60 in the other area. Did you come here to do a quest?
Yes, I got the...
Thanks, Willem.
I got the horse tail bud thing so we can go back to Wales.
Wales, but colder, if you'll believe it. Let's go back. Hang on, let me check our map. Okay, they're both in Rymedale. Back to Rymedale. Wales is warm right now, loving the sun. Yeah, today was a little bit of sunny, but it definitely marked the change of you've had your 2 weeks of sun, and now it's going to go downhill. Today marked the turning point. Sunny in the morning, bit of cloud. Now it's a little bit grey, and oh no, it's spitting! It's spitting! That's it. Summer's over. You've had it. That's your lot. It heard me. Literally, the rain has like actually started raining harder. Money. There we go. Right, we're not gonna do main story. Summer, you mean spring? No, we've had. I said we've had winter. We've had false spring. We've had second winter. We had like a little bit of actual spring, and now that was like false. That's false summer. Because we had 2 weeks of sun. It didn't rain. That's false summer. So now technically we're going back to spring because I feel like sometimes people forget that spring is known for also being rainy. So now that it's going back to being rainy, it's actual spring. It's not stopping the ice cream ban, apparently. Magic critical!
Yeah, I got her that because I was like, do you reckon that'll work for healing? I don't know.
I don't know. We will find out. Can you crit heal? Probably not. I imagine they'd think that would be OP. Yeah. What you gonna do for the evening, hun?
eat dinner.
What, for 4 hours straight?
Might take the time.
You take your time eating food.
Things that are delicious take time to savor.
So, are you going to do more coding or are you going to play Monster Hunter?
Do you want to play Monster Hunter with me? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking to have a conversation. I might get invited to play another game with Curls because we started a new game last night.
Wow. I'll do what I want then.
That's why I'm asking you. I'm just curious.
I don't know. I've not decided yet. I've not put it in my diary as to what I'm going to do this evening.
Merely making conversation for the stream.
I want you to make dinner for me, not the
stream.
stream.
Dinner is currently cooking. You know, the potatoes are boiling.
Guess it's my turn. On to the next one. That was a piece of cake.
Everyone is learning everything. I was asking, do you reckon we'll manage to get everyone fully maxed out on the current jobs before we get the next one, or do you reckon we'll get close?
I don't know. Maybe?
Bacon solves all problems. It does.
It does. It's just unfortunate that we don't have any. I mean, maybe because you can always see asterisks coming, is because you meet characters who are dressed very distinctly, and you're like, you have an asterisk. So it's just a matter of time before we fight them. So, you know, that woman and that guy in the cutscene both look like they have asterisks because they're dressed very uniquely. So it is literally just well, when are we going to be fighting you and getting your asterisks from you? Because we already maxed out Dragoon. We just got.
Uh-oh!
Double!
2!
Background tunes, yes. Neil banging out the tunes. Oh yeah, it is straight up raining. Yep, that's the end. That's the end of the sun. That's the end of the sun. It's just straight up raining. Oop, thank you, Gwillem. Durg. Yeah, it's straight up raining now. That's it. That's your lot. I was enjoying eating my food outside. Not anymore. There's more.
Guess it's my turn. That was a piece of cake.
Nice. Well, it is now 5:30.
It is now 5:30. Okay, we did an extra half hour while I prepped food. So we will probably leave it there then. We did good. We've maxed out another class and advanced the story. Because, yeah, the game keeps giving us more classes. The thing that is taking us the longest in this game is the fact that when we keep getting new classes, we're like, well, time to level them up to max. So,
realistically, it takes about, what, an hour to level up a job?
It didn't take an hour to level up Dragoon.
Was it, what was it?
It felt close to half an hour, surely. I mean, I wasn't necessarily paying attention. Like, at the start of the game, it took a long time, but now that we have the formula of just one-shotting stuff and mincing through fights, it's definitely getting a lot quicker. So, yeah. But it's one of those things of, like, you know, which classes do you want them in?
All of them. Level them all to 12.
If you want to level every single class in this game on every character, you can do that.
I might.
That's up to you then.
I might. When you go for this legendary hike.
Yeah, well, who knows when that's going to happen.
And die in the woods.
Who knows when that's going to happen, because the weather's being crap. So there we go. Well, we're going to end stream for today then. We're going to end stream for today. What? Wow. Wow.
Seriously? That's brilliant. Fucking hell.
If you say so. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I don't feel like raiding into anyone, so I'm gonna go. But I will see you tomorrow. I think I'm gonna be doing video editing. I've had a couple of people approach me for stuff, but none of them have decided on anything concrete, so I think I'm gonna be continuing the highlights video. So I'll see you tomorrow for that. And all that jazz. Right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody, whatever you get up to. And I hope to see you soon. Bye!